Okay.
One time for the one time. It's the family bloodline.
Welcome back, family.
Hey.
Yay.
Another episode of the Family Bloodline Podcast. And of course, we have our family with us again tonight. Clap it up, rounds of applause for them. The Medeiros group is back.
Thanks for having us.
Once again.
Always. And first, before we get started, how has y'all's week been so far?
Hectic, but very productive.
Okay.
We don't like to just say busy, because some people feel like you're omitting them, on purpose if you're so busy or whatever. But no, we've been very productive, and we're tired, but we're good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been an up and down week, but mostly ups.
That's good.
Had to make some changes in the organization.
Mm-hmm.
But business has been good. We really got in front of Life Insurance Awareness Month this year. We started mid-August, just getting people ready. Yeah. And then when, right after Labor Day weekend, we hit the ground hard. And so we've got, we've helped a lot of families. More than 20 families so far this month.
Oh, that's amazing.
We're looking, and we had a presentation yesterday that got pushed into next week.
Yeah.
So we got that going on. We had a couple of successful Zooms. Had a half dozen Black women over 50, I'll say, that we're working on. And just helping people all over, young, old. We're doing a lot of juvenile policies.
That's what we're really, really excited about, because we spoke to you last time about generational wealth. Right. And people always wonder, how does that happen? Well, you insure your child. And then as they get older, we have this one product. As they get older, they don't have to prove insurability. But like with this one product we have, they can increase it up to 5 times over their lifetime. And, they can use the money while they're living.
So what's the difference in, I guess, in getting insurance for a juvenile versus an adult? What are some of the biggest differences?
Oh,
the price.
The price, but also the underwriting.
Yeah.
It's one strategy we've been using. We just need the child's name and date of birth and gender, and they're approved. And then the best part of that is you then lock in their insurability, because one of the things we've also been running into are younger adults who are taking things like Adderall and other medications for ADD and bipolar and so on and so forth. And they're becoming very, very tough to underwrite. But with the policy that Stephanie was describing, once they become 18, now it's their policy. They can increase that policy 5 more times without any evidence of insurability.
Mm-hmm. And what that means is, say for instance, they get diabetes or something as they get older, they have the policy. It's kind of like, I guess, grandfathered in, kind of like.
No, not great. It's a rider. It's a guaranteed insurability rider.
So if they get some type of disease, God forbid, but they won't have to prove that they are
insurable.
Yeah,
they won't be questioned at all.
Yeah.
They just have to pay for the new premium.
And it's capped at for the children with this policy that we're talking about, it's capped at $50,000. So, but I mean, if they get a chance to increase, like
It
college
get up
age,
to
whatever,
300,000
they can
over
use
their
it.
lifetime without any evidence of insurability.
I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, because that was something that I was about to ask about. I know there have been talks and different debates in political realms about allowing people to be insured without having to go through the hassles of, or not so much the hassle, but being denied insurance based off of health issues.
Mm-hmm.
And so expanding that down or over to juveniles who, like you mentioned before, might be on different forms of medication or may have grown up with some form of medical ailment, but were kind of covered or sheltered or protected because of their parents. Does that follow even with the rider that they would have once they reach the adult age of 18 to where they won't have to have another medical exam essentially?
Correct. With this policy, they never have an exam. So what happens is you get them in while they're healthy. And then should they become unhealthy in their adult years, they can still get up to 5 increases on this policy with no medical questions asked.
Then tell him what that looks like.
Yeah.
So
it's fun.
So you have a 16-year-old. So that premium is going to be about $35 a month. And then when the teenager turns 18, the parent who is the owner gives the ownership to the 18-year-old. The 18-year-old can then get an increase to $100,000 of coverage from 50 to 100.
Okay.
And just pay whatever that difference is
in the premium.
So now they have a $100,000 whole life policy. So as long as they pay this premium, this policy will be with them their whole entire life.
With no skill.
Yep. So if they want to later, a few years later, increase it to 150, all it costs is the premium. That's the only question. Can you afford the new premium? Answer is yes. You move forward, but your cash value is growing. Your access is there. It's a full-grown whole life policy. But if you come down with
diabetes or something,
even lupus, because we had a situation where one of our clients lost their daughter to lupus, and so this was a big deal for her younger children because she had been through it. And so if she had this policy when she was diagnosed with lupus, she could increase it another $50,000, no questions asked.
And that money, since you were talking about the cash value and stuff, so when they go to college, if they need something, like books,
take a loan out for books or a semester,
they've had
whatever.
it since they were knee-high to a grasshopper, so it has grown.
Yeah, and I think people still don't get the benefit of insurance, especially when it comes to being able to pull cash value from a policy and pay for any supplemental things that might come up. For instance, books for college, since we're talking about that age group, or hopefully they wouldn't blow their money on this, but a vehicle, or even if they're a struggling college student, just being able to pay some form of rent or utilities because, times get hard when you're in college and you come up short on cash.
Well, let me take you back to what you said about a vehicle, because imagine this. Let's say you've got $40,000 in cash value and you want to get a new vehicle, and GMAC will lend you $40,000. Would it be better to take that $40,000 from your policy and instead of paying GMAC every month, just pay your policy back every month?
I'd rather take policy.
At the end of your car note, you've got all the money back in your policy and you have a paid off car.
Yeah, because they could do that in multiple different ways, right? If you got a $4,000 car and you come in with 25 grand, it wouldn't be the wisest thing to pull 25 grand out of your policy. But let's say you just wanted to get this liability, a vehicle, and have it paid off. And instead of having to go back and pay the car note, which has an interest rate built in that's going to be a lot higher than what your policy actually would be, you've paid that liability off, and you can go on about your business without having to worry about the actual note that comes with that. Now you still have to go back and pay yourself back for the monies that you've pulled out, But the question then becomes, does that begin to deflate your compound interest, as it were, on your policy? Will that continue to grow, or does the cash value continue to grow, or how does that look?
Well, if you use your policy versus a bank, then you don't have to pay GMAC anything. Mm-hmm. You just pay back your policy, and you have the flexibility because you borrowed the money from the policy. You're not hemmed into a structured 48 months or 60 months or 72 months. Right. You can pay it back at your leisure, and it's going to go back into your policy and continue to grow for you. So rather than using a financial institution like a bank or a credit union, you can use the money that's built up in your policy. Business owners, several business owners that we know, use their cash value in their policy during the pandemic because payroll is every week or every 2 weeks. And that's the number one thing that keeps business owners up at night, making payroll, especially when things, get a little dicey in the economy.
With our cousin, one of my family members, her husband recently passed, and they had a business together. So it was very, with the grief and everything else, you're still trying to take care of this and meet payroll. So she already had sleepless nights, but this added, onto it.
Yeah. So life insurance was able to come in and keep that business afloat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now you see why I was excited.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's exciting to me, and you don't have to go and dig into your the equity of your home, and you know what I'm saying. Do all this crazy stuff to just get your kid. Yeah, to get your kids. Well, to help with their education or things that they need or things that just may come up, because if they don't go to college, still they want to use it for an apartment or to buy a house or whatever they want to do, but it's their own money.
Yeah. So you don't have to call and ask and fill out an application.
Oh my goodness.
And have a good reason for the loan. When you call the insurance company, they just want to know how much.
Yep.
How much are we sending you and how are we sending it?
Wow.
You don't have to, fill out an application and wait for a decision. None of that. That you have to do at a bank. If you need to get a loan from a bank, you need at least to be 30 days in front of that.
Right.
Right.
You're not going to call the bank today and they're going to send your loan proceeds next week. That's not how banks get down. Mm-mm. They're going to take your request through underwriting.
Yeah.
Like they do with life insurance.
They want a blood sample.
And they're going to want, they're going to want all this, collateral and statements and all this other stuff. When you can just call the life insurance company and say, hey, I need $5,000. Could you wire to my account, or could you overnight it to my house, or could you put it in the mail?
Yeah, because it's yours. Look, wait, it's not. Is it dirt anymore? Dirt? No, you changed it.
The boss dog.
The boss dog. Okay. What's up, the boss dog?
They was talking about me. You know what I'm saying? The last 2 weeks, I was like, people call me the boss dog, and my family don't resonate with that. They be like, nobody call you the boss dog. Everybody call you dirt dog or dirt or whatever. So we had our family reunion the past, 3 weeks ago, Jig?
2 weeks.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We had a family reunion, and I'm sitting there calling my son came up and called me the boss dog. And Wanda, she was like, don't nobody call you that. Everybody called me that outside of y'all, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, the family don't resonate with that. So I say from her on out, I'm going as the boss dog to make y'all resonate with me. So that's what all about.
Well, if I slip up, forgive me.
No, it's all good. Hey,
but I think both things can be true. He can be dirt and he can be the boss dog.
Yeah,
right.
I think
thank you, Lynn. I think my family didn't resonate with.
You just missed what we were talking about, and especially with your boys or all your kids. Because how many do you have? He has how many? I'm kidding. Anyway,
you on one hand. You don't
They
want
count.
No, you good. No, but that I think that what we were just talking about would probably excite you. Do you think so, James? I'm sorry, Jay Glass, the movement.
Yeah,
Talk to me. Talk to me.
it will. I think it
we were
will.
talking about juvenile policies and
Ooh.
you know, the benefits of locking in your juvenile's insurability for a lifetime.
It's like it's generational wealth. Like
And
Yeah.
then
So when people heard juvenile, like I just resonate
Right.
with it, I thought a bad term. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh,
Right. right.
yeah. So,
or the rapper. I'm sorry, yeah. Same thing, kidding. Never mind.
no, just speaking
Look,
on.
it's not. It's not a listen. It's not a juvie policy.
No.
It's a
Yeah.
juvenile.
So correct. So just speaking on like my oldest child, we had to get a DJO into effect. You know what I'm saying, to monetize the situation between us, because it was it went left. It went so bad with my oldest child. You know what I'm saying? And
How old is that's the girl, right? What's that? I'm trying to remember. It's 15, something like that.
no, man, I got kids. I got kids. You know what I'm saying?
Adults. He got adults and he got juvenile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my baby. Yeah, that's my baby girl. So with one of my adult childs, I had to,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I had to deal with that situation. You know what I'm saying? Get the DJO into the situation because I wasn't a biological father of my of the first child. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't a biological father. So she hit me with that term like, "You not my real daddy."
When she say that,
Oh, cuz it was a whole
Look,
situation.
she's trying to win an argument.
Right.
She's
I
trying to win an
watched,
argument, right?
correct. I watched Steph lean all the way back in our chair, and I had that same call from my wife at the time. That I'm in the second marriage, but this is my previous marriage, and my first wife called me and she told me like I got a situation going on at home, and why I'm at a poker game, jig. I'm playing poker Saturday night. You know,
They
every
let you
Saturday
answer
night.
the phone. They let you answer the phone while you playing poker.
Yeah, I answered them. Yeah, I did because I'm an adult. You know what I'm saying? I'm being responsible. You know what
Gotcha.
I'm saying? I can speak to I have to speak to my wife, but
Well,
nobody else. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Mhm.
I got to make sure it's not an emergency, and which in this case it was an emergency. Her and my daughter at the my oldest daughter at the time having a confrontation at the house. And my wife called me like, ooh, like she didn't put hands on me. So
Ooh.
it was a whole situation shift. You see what I'm
when was
saying? So
this? When was this?
He like
1990,
Oh,
you're
okay,
right.
okay.
You see what I'm saying? A long time
okay.
ago, Jig. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, it's situational shit where I had to step into a situation where I had to defend my wife or my child. And
I'm
it's like,
proud of you though, because y'all supposed to be the united front. These kids be
wow.
messing up
So
everything.
so I had more of a relationship with my kids at the time, which I still do. My relationship with my kids at that time and this time is still way much genuine. And me and my wife my ex-wife are on great terms.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? But
For
and it
peace.
was a situation where she understood that the kids backed me and the kids thought I backed them as opposed to, hold on, wait a minute. Let's peep the situation, like time out right there. Like, I love you, I respect you, but
Mm-mm.
no,
Don't do mama. No.
you will not on this front. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Mm.
Life insurance would have been a good look at that point. That's bail
So when I
money.
heard y'all talk about the GGO, I was just talking about like, oh, wait a minute. It just brought back old bad memories.
Right.
And yeah, it was
Flashback.
just
I'm just
You got
glad.
tricked.
I'm glad it's in your past. Woo.
Right.
Yeah.
correct.
Because Jay Glass was like, hold up, wait a minute. Is that
Yeah,
what he
when
told
all
me?
this go down?
Right.
Yeah.
Is that why you late to the program?
He's like, I had a situationship.
So just to switch the topic real quick, Liam, Life Insurance Awareness Month. Tell us a little bit about that. I know y'all got to get to bed. I got it. I'm tracking. I hear you. Oh, okay. Never mind. I was wrong.
No,
Never
we
mind.
up.
Yeah.
We
All
up.
right. All right, y'all out here in these streets. Y'all gonna be with
Yeah,
us. When
we
talk about
outside.
for sure. For sure.
Okay.
Life Insurance Awareness Month is an event that happens every September, and it's sponsored by an organization called Life Happens. And they're a nonprofit organization whose purpose is to promote educational awareness regarding life insurance.
It's like Christmas for us, but we're Santa Claus, so we are like around the clock, 24/7. Just we are hitting it hard and covering as many families, as many people as we can. So our grind is probably unmatched.
Yeah, so we they want to decrease the amount of crowdfunding. They don't even call it GoFundMe's. They call it crowdfunding to be because it sounds nicer.
Does it?
Yes,
Okay.
it does.
Okay.
Crowd or GoFundMe. The message is you didn't do what you were supposed to do, and now you got to get help from all these people. Crowdfunding is a term that came along when people were trying to start businesses and they needed, money from investors. So they're trying to make it more that way. The bottom line is people are dying prematurely.
Oh yeah.
And they don't have
Coverage.
the coverage to at least put them in the ground.
Yeah.
And watching the news, we see all these unfortunate stories
Constantly.
daily.
It's the same. It's universal.
Yeah, it's everywhere. But I'm thinking about a story. A woman got carjacked 3 weeks ago in the early 60s. They just found her body this week. Woman got hit by a police cruiser last night, picking up groceries that she dropped on the ground while she was crossing the street. Police cruiser hit her. She was crossing the street with her three kids. Now the 3 kids don't have a mother.
Yeah, I got a story. Not to cut y'all short, but God dog, I was trying to think what state it was in.
It'll come to you.
Yeah, what state it was in, but 5 police officers going to a house because they got a call that Black residents are living in the neighborhood.
Mississippi. Goon Squad.
Yeah, the Goon Squad. Yes, them guys.
Oh, it was 6 white cops.
Yeah.
6 of them. Okay.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. And it was 2 black guys.
2 black guys
they
that
went in
went
the
through all
assault.
that turmoil. Yes.
Yeah.
That was tragic.
Yeah,
And
so we're dealing with this
all the time.
Premature death and disability on
and we're not trying to chastise anybody. We are literally trying to help, to inform and educate, like you said, so you can have options, because you might think it's easier to ask for money, but it's not. I mean, I feel like be calling us asking for stuff that
Right. Correct. Then to provide your own way.
Yeah.
It's not
or
easy
had the necessary things set up, you know what I'm saying? So you'd be great.
Yeah, like for real. Yeah.
And there are levels to, the amount of coverage and the type of policies and everything. So what we want to do first and foremost is educate people about the types of policies there are, the purposes for them, and basically, the journey that you go through. So when you're young, you want to have money that's going to take care of your children should you die prematurely, that can pay off your mortgage, that can continue your income.
Yeah.
But when you're in your 60s and 70s, you just really need to have enough coverage to take care, to at least bury you. So the kids don't have to scramble.
A lot of people just want.
Yeah, that's the minimum.
10,000
mortgage. Yeah. The mortgage ideally should be paid off or very near to being paid off
by then. Yeah.
So sometimes you just need enough money to pay the mortgage while the house goes through probate. That happens. So we help our clients with that situation. So they're not paying off the whole house, but we're going to buy them 6 to 9 months of mortgage payments so that they can pay the mortgage while that house goes through probate and then becomes their house. And then they have options. They can pay it off. They can sell it. they could do a home equity loan.
Yeah.
But you can't do anything with a house if your name is not on the title and the loan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Both of them. So
Yeah.
you need time. We can buy you time while you get that whole thing worked out.
Yeah, because that probate is a brick wall.
Okay.
If you are not prepared, listen. It's happened. It's just life in general. You never know when it's your time. So if you don't know your spouse's, if you're not on the bank account or your mother or whoever else, because if you don't have that information and you are not a part of it or legally on, you know, what am I trying to say? Legally allowed to access accounts, you don't have access to that.
Right.
Meanwhile, you still have a house note or rent. You still need food, gas, you know, you still have to pay utilities, and you have to bury this person.
Yeah, so the great thing about life insurance payouts, they are not subject to probate, and they come to you income tax free.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And it's not as expensive as people make it out to be. It can be, look, your monthly haircut, or, you know, if you didn't do Starbucks, you know what I'm saying? Or like just dumb it down a little bit. It's something. This is the case when you say something is better than nothing, because we are believers that, you know, it's above and beyond all you could ever ask or think. That's the way we are. But in this case right here, it is best to have something than to have nothing at all.
Correct. So this statement comes from my auntie.
Hey, auntie.
This comes from my aunt, and where my grandma was preaching this, my mother wasn't preaching this. You know what I'm saying? So it was up front at home that outside of the just outside of the home front. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is something that I think Jig is big on bringing awareness to. We all need this, especially in our community. We need this. So
yeah,
go ahead.
Here's the thing. I hear too many people that look and sound like us saying generational wealth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess where generational wealth comes from?
Starts at home.
It comes from life insurance. But the problem is, when I do a big life insurance policy, I'm not going to see the fruit of that policy because I'm going to be dead. And that's the problem with too many people that say they care about generational wealth struggle with.
Yeah.
Because how else are you going to do it? You pass a business down to your next generation. Are they ready to handle it?
More than likely not.
More no.
Or don't even want to be a part of it.
They just want the money from it.
Yeah, don't care about it.
Yeah.
Same thing with a house. How many times has the house been passed down and nobody wants to live in the house?
Nope.
Yep.
They just sell the house. So now here, the one, I was so fortunate to start my career off in a lily white firm. And what I realized watching the other side do things, they got rich and they stayed rich with life insurance.
That's crazy.
Nothing else.
It's crazy, and it seems like it's like this big, huge secret or something magical, or like something where we just say, oh, well, that's something that we can't obtain because we weren't taught that when we were whatever. But
it's hard to invest in the rest of your people living off. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's I think that's
the way you're thinking.
That's what a lot of people think. It's hard. Like, a lot of these people didn't come through here and show love to me. A lot of these people didn't give me my flowers. A lot of people didn't show up and show out. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to me to resonate with leaving millions
of people. Yeah,
I would. Yeah.
But guess what? That's the only way we're going to close the gap.
And some people say that can't be it. That can't be it.
That's the number one way.
That can't be it.
It
Unless
can't be. It can't be it when you got like what y'all just tested to, like a lot of ungrateful people, a lot of people that don't want to take on the front, or a lot of people that don't want to. It's you living into a lot of people that you don't know about.
Well, don't
You,
do that.
but it's
Why
your
don't you leave a lot of money to the people that you
love.
do know about?
Your kids.
yeah, but we just that's what I'm
Dirt,
saying. That's what we just talked about.
who's your next
No,
Them
generation?
twins.
no, but listen to me. We just talked about kids that don't. That, all right, we're gonna leave the business behind. A lot of kids don't want that business. They didn't grow up in that shit, and they see that and this ain't what I want to do. So,
Somebody want a barbecue trailer,
but,
whatever.
Hey,
that's the family. That's the family business, though. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of kids don't want to test with that shit. You see what I'm saying? So
You
y'all
laugh
talk about
because it's true,
generational.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So you talk about generational wealth and leaving stuff behind. That's the business.
but
well,
yeah, this is then the people saying it and preaching it and using those two key words need to stop
Yeah.
yeah,
because you're saying
Ooh,
something that
which two people? Which two
you're
people?
really not about it, huh?
Well,
Which two people? Which two people?
No,
The people, the person that don't want it, or the person that want it?
no, the people are just trying to be,
Trying to
relevant or sound
no,
smart or
no.
whatever.
Sound
Saying,
cool.
and hold on, saying we don't have generational wealth.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
no. I'm talking about leaving it to the generation, the
Right.
next in line. One don't want it, one want it.
So even regardless of who wants it, they're gonna get it, right? And the aspect of it all is because a lot of the rich or wealthy people who live their kids stuff, their kids don't necessarily want a lot of the stuff they get. But we're thinking about people often think about leaving stuff behind as a direct tangible, that's something that you can see. Well, you don't always see your health insurance.
No.
Nobody's really focused on that because that's something that's done in the background.
I understand.
And it's not a benefit to most people until someone's passed on, right? Then it becomes a tangible thing. And when you're trying to pay for that funeral and you're like, oh my goodness, I didn't have to pull that $10,000 out of my pocket. I didn't have to just that 15 grand I get to hold on to. Oh my.
Or look, I didn't have to raise 15 grand or 10 grand because I ain't got a dime.
Right. So it's not a tangible thing in a moment, and I get it. People set with folks throughout life, but at the end of the day, it is something that ends up saving folks on the back end.
Yeah.
And if you know how to use it throughout life, you even better off with it.
Right. So families and families got to huddle up.
Yeah.
And
Family is the hardest part of this
and form a
situation.
game
What I'm
plan.
talking about.
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah,
Family is the hardest part of this
No,
situation. What I'm
you're
talking
right.
about.
But guess what happens? No conversation is had. People pass away.
Mm-hmm.
Then all this conflict
They
ensues.
fighting over plants.
And Dirt, if you want to talk about, let me give you another thing that rich white folks do. They use legal documents. I'll tell you when I set up for a client one time. He didn't want to leave his kids a whole bunch of money, so he set up a trust. And the only way they could get money from the trust was to present a W-2.
Oh wow.
So when they presented a W-2 to the trustee matched that W-2 form.
See, it's way.
So if you don't have no job,
I hear you.
money's in that trust, but it ain't coming out to you.
Rich folks. I hear you. Rich folks.
Rich folks. But you don't have to be rich to do what I
Talk
just
to me
said.
then. Talk to me then. No. You spoke about so the average broke guy don't have that same
mindset.
Well, no,
outlet.
broke guy got a broke mindset.
Or outlet. Or mindset or outlet. You know what I'm saying? So
I disagree because like I was just saying, life insurance isn't something that you've got to pay hundreds and thousands of dollars to get. It's a pair of Jordans. That's all it is.
it's another
is.
It's another bill in
another bill. That's the problem.
In a struggling
It's another
community.
benefit.
No,
it's another benefit.
It's a benefit.
The only thing, if you pass away, it's the only thing that's going to inject cash into the bank account.
I agree with you.
Nothing else.
But how many people have come to you all and said that that's another bill?
Oh, most of them. 9 out of 10. It's
That's
our
another.
job. That's the
So
inform and educate
what
part.
we looking. So I understand. So listen to me. I understand where we looking at it as, because I pay insurance.
Mhm.
You know, I pay that life insurance. I pay all that. But it's folks out here that are day to day like that's a bill
But so is cigarettes.
that I can't afford.
But so
They
is
can't.
cigarettes. So
I'm
are
just
vapes.
saying,
That's $20.
So
but
$20 every 2 months. That's $40 at least a
a
month.
juvenile policy, yeah, or like a
Yeah,
flat
now
screen TV or like whatever. I'm just saying whatever it is that you like.
I
People,
agree with you.
we eat a lot of our money, and
Yeah.
again, we're not chastising anybody, but Lynn often says it's not all the time, but what you care about gets done, because think of all the people that have or that do sacrifice. Your parents sacrificed for you. You don't have to do this for your kids, but like for instance, even for your parent or somebody, maybe your auntie or uncle or something, you might want to get something on yourself or like for them in case something happens where they don't have to come out of pocket to bury you.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be a $250,000 policy.
No,
It can
it could be
be
$5,000.
$30,000
Who's gonna turn that down? Is that Lynn used to say he was the person that would come to the funeral with a check back in the day. Everybody else is like, condolences and all of this wonderful stuff, but he's the one that came in there with a
money.
check.
Correct.
Like, here you go.
You had your priorities in set. That's what I'm saying. So
But
a
I
lot
mean,
of people,
as an insurance agent,
it ain't even priorities. It's just I can't
It's,
afford that.
but
that's the
that's
mindset.
what I'm saying. If you
So you in the business and you saying this mindset, and I'm on the outside and I'm doing what you saying, and I'm still saying it's a bill.
but
Right, but look, it's a bill, but it's a bill with a benefit, and that's the part that brings the balance into the equation. People are so focused on what something costs.
Yeah.
We're here to get you to focus on what that is going to do.
Yeah, just like you pay your electric bill. That's a bill.
But what does
That's
that
a
bill
bill.
do?
What does
I
it
know I
do?
need I know I need electric, but y'all selling me on the possibility of when I die. If I die,
You don't got
wait a minute. If I die when I'm 65 versus I gotta pay these bills from when I'm 35 to 65. You see what I'm saying?
But then just think about when you do pass, what will your wife and children have to go through to cover you if you don't prepare?
because not having a job or just continuously paying bills on a day to day, and you pass away,
I understand what y'all saying.
that
But
somebody
I'm
start.
just speaking on so like I said, y'all heard these people that come to y'all and say, damn, that's a bill. I can't afford that. And then we watch insurance people, and not just insurance people, we watch the court people and everywhere else you go, they start marking it down. Like, okay, they can afford this. We can do this. We can mark it down. Okay, y'all can't afford that. We can mark it down. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
We
lower the
cool.
cost.
Y'all
Lower the
go
cost.
ahead.
Oh.
Huh?
Lower the cost.
But y'all,
Because when someone
it's
listen,
always
when
affordable.
somebody tells us they can't afford the premium,
Mm-hmm.
Y'all gonna keep
now what
marking it
you're
down.
saying is, this is what I hear. Dirt, I want to do
It's
this,
not important to me.
but I
No.
can't. I don't have enough. So now my question back to you is, well, how much do you have?
That's what I'm saying to you. That's the same as the car dealership coming to us. Okay, y'all can't afford this, but what can you put down? What can you do?
Yeah,
The
what can
house,
you afford?
the home. I'm saying the home.
That's what they're going to say. And if the answer is zero, why are you at the car lot?
No, y'all have a market for us. When we say we can't reach that, or we can't do that, or we start to walk away, y'all have a market for us. Y'all sell us on this, and then it come down to this. It's just like going overseas, and y'all done been overseas, and you go on the island, and you be like, oh yeah, we can sell you this and that. You know what I'm saying, for this price. You're like, oh, that's way too high. Okay, then they start negotiating. You see what I'm saying? It's always a negotiation with the and instead of the bottom line. You know what I'm saying? Like, so y'all can sort us on something that's affordable for us, but y'all sell us just like the car, just like the house. That's what I'm saying. Y'all in the same market.
Well, look,
So
let us help you out, Dirk. This is how we do it.
It's the
Hold on. This is how we do it. We do a
boss.
needs analysis.
Yeah.
So we calculate how much you need based on what you say. You're going to tell us what your mortgage balance is. We're not going to tell you that. You're going to tell us what your other debts are. So hold on. So we're going to get to a number. And we say, okay, this number is going to cost this much per month.
Okay.
Well, I can't afford that. I don't want to pay $650. I want to pay $200. So guess what we'll do? We'll find you a policy for $200. And it's not going to cover everything.
It's not enough.
It's not enough, but it's something. Because if you die with zero, where's your generational wealth?
So that's when it's not generational wealth when y'all tapping in on money that I don't have or market that I can't.
People that can't afford them.
No, yeah.
See,
we don't do it.
No, we don't.
So,
we don't do that.
That's not us. I think that's somebody that you have in your head because that's definitely not us.
No. Basically, so I'm speaking to y'all, and y'all not telling me nothing that's different than the car and the dealers and the house ownership. It's a business.
Of course, it's a business.
Yeah.
Right.
Correct. So in business, it's dollars make sense.
Sure. Oh, listen. We have a business.
Yeah.
Now, if we sell policies to people that can't afford them, what is that going to do to our business?
Right. So that's what I'm
going to grow.
So,
Hold on. I gotta let me finish.
Go ahead.
We represent more than 30 companies. If we're putting business on the books with these 30 companies and it's falling off after 2 or 3 months, what's that going to do with our reputation with these companies?
Yeah.
No,
they're going to no longer offer their product to us.
Do y'all have an interest rate?
No.
No interest rate on insurance.
There's no insurance.
No.
It's a set policy.
If you take a loan, there's an insurance, there's an interest rate.
Mm-hmm.
But when you pay the loan back, you get credited in interest rate as well. So your net loan is 1%.
And listen to this right here. Okay, if we were to try to force
Did he freeze or you just
I think he's being cool. I think he's being cool. Can you hear me?
He froze.
Can you hear me? Oh, James is okay there. Okay, he's just frozen. No. Well, this is what I was going to say. If we try and force somebody or like if we sell a person on insurance, guess what they do, James? They stop paying. Do you know what a chargeback is?
Yeah.
We don't want that.
But it's a part of our business.
It's part of our business. But look, it's like, so we're not trying to trick you into or to get you to we're actually trying to cover people. And so we don't like chargebacks. It's just like we get paid and then they just take it back out. So dang, I already spent that. You know what I'm saying? So no, to me, that's the checks and balances of it. And I think that weeds the good people out from the bad people.
Oh, yeah, we do a lot to determine if you can afford it. Once we give you that number, that's our first question.
And like Lynn always
says, is this something that you can comfortably pay month in and month out? If the answer is no, then we have to find that number.
Yeah, we got to find that number.
We need the number that you can pay comfortably month in and month out.
And then another thing is we always say is you are going to get what you want. Because again, we do not want a charge.
It's based off a price though.
Hold on. Say what?
It's based off a price, right? You getting what you want based off a price.
Well, yeah, but we don't determine the price.
You do.
We don't determine the price.
All right.
It's totally up to what you missed before you went before you froze is what I was saying is that there's this thing called a chargeback. We do not try to convince people to get life insurance. We work with people who want it. If we find out that you don't want it and cannot afford it, then sorry, God is definitely going to make a way for you. But listen to this. If I try to trick you or to get you to buy something that you don't want, you will not continue to pay for it. Look at the screen, because I want eye contact with you. I need for you to understand this.
No, because I'm hearing you, but you're not listening. I'm hearing you, but you're not listening to me.
Be very clear with what I'm about to say. What I'm about to say is, if you feel like I'm tricking, you're not going to keep paying it. That's called a chargeback. So it's like we get burned for that. We don't want that. We want people that we can cover. We don't want to force anybody or trick anybody to do anything. We want real clients that we help. We're not trying to, because again, if they stop paying it, then that's a charge back for us, and we don't have time for that.
It's based off their income. So if income is $100 a month, how is a person gaining generational wealth off of $100 a month to bury themselves? That's what I'm saying.
Well, it depends on the person. $100 a month could provide $1 million of coverage.
To who?
To the family.
It could, but that's not what they signed up for. They signed up for.
An example. Ask your auntie who just said that her grandmother taught them about this a long time ago because they bought the policies when they were children.
Right.
I bet she can answer these questions that you have on a level where you'll accept it.
So I can tell you where my wife and them bought plots years ago. Her family bought plots years ago, and they're not making $1 million off of them. You see what I'm saying? So
money, yeah, off of that. That's the bar.
Life insurance and burial plots.
What life insurance? That's what I'm telling y'all. Y'all telling me life insurance is about
to get buried.
Well, so you got one or two options though, cuzzo. Or actually, you got three. One option is to be a Jane or a John Doe to get buried, right?
Yep.
Another option is the GoFundMe stuff, and the third option would be $50 a month in life insurance. Here's the benefit. The $50 in life insurance is actually going to cover the family, and there's not going to be other people coming after that monies that they had to pay in order for you to become a Jane or a John Doe.
No, good.
Oh, for real?
So where does generational wealth come in at?
The generational
listen to me. So listen to me. Listen to me. If I'm paying this base premium on set amount, my family, that's enough. What y'all said, we speaking the same language. What y'all said, that's enough to bury me. When I get to a set age, once I get, you know what I'm saying, that's enough to bury me, and to make sure that my family don't have to take care of them funeral fees and X amount, X, Y, and Z. That's not generational wealth.
It is when you consider the alternative is they don't have any money to take care of any of that stuff. So now they're starting with a negative.
I think his idea of generational wealth is different from what we're talking about.
Generational wealth is
that's the whole point. Everybody makes that a big number.
Yeah, and it's not. It's just like covering a bill. That's something else that, like, they'll still be able to live in their house. They'll still be able to pay utilities.
No.
To bury you. That's wealth of some sort.
No. So you cover the taxes for that year or that month or that year. The next year, after the mama dead or the father passed, the family has to carry them taxes on. That taxes just don't set for 1 year. You see what I'm saying? So that's not a generational.
They won't even have that year coverage. They won't have anything at all.
All right, even if they do cover that year or 2 years after that, they lose that house because they don't have the tax, they don't have the revenue to come through the. You see what I'm saying? So that's generational wealth. That's what I'm speaking on.
All right, Dirt. Let me give you an analogy. This is business. So let's say you have please listen. Let's say you have a business and you become disabled. Right?
So wait a minute. We didn't switch it from family to
Dirt.
I'm listening. All right.
You're not listening.
All right.
You're not listening. And you know what? Listen. I posted this. You can't do anything great if you're not a great listener.
Y'all not listening to me. That's what I feel.
I'm talking now. I have to listen to you. And I have to listen to you. So let
Okay,
me lay this out. You're a business owner. You don't die. You become disabled, and you can no longer run the business. How long is it going to take you to sell it?
That's what I said. Y'all switch scenarios.
No, I need an answer, and that's what I said is not an answer. How long is it going to take you to sell your business once you become disabled?
A year.
A year. Right? So there's insurance for a business owner that buys him 2 years to sell his business. So it all comes down to whose money do you want to use? Do you want to use your money or do you want to use a company's money?
That's not the same set. That's not the same set. That's not the same set. We went from family to a corporation.
Business and family, same dynamic.
Come on. No. So
I hear what you're saying, right? So generational wealth isn't going to come overnight. And nobody's saying that your family's going to get rich automatically because you have life insurance. That's not the claim. The goal is to establish generational wealth eventually. It's going to take work and it's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight.
And sacrifice.
That's not what I said. Y'all went from a corporation to a average Joe. Like I said, an average Joe spend $100 a month to make sure that they get buried. That's what I asked. That's what I say. So you take the average Joe, and I said, how did they spend generational wealth? And y'all said the average Joe don't think about that. We speak about GoFundMe's and this and that, but we don't speak about.
Oh, that's not what we said.
That's not it. That's not what we said at all.
No.
You went to a corporation.
No.
I never used the word corporation. This is what I'm talking about.
You went to a business. You said if I lost my leg today, you remember? Am I tripping? You said if I lost my leg today,
I said if you became
how long would it take to sell your business?
I said
how long would it take to sell your business? That's what you came to me on.
I asked you if you became disabled. I didn't say you lost a leg. Yeah. I didn't say you were the corporation.
But you asked me about my business.
That is correct.
Yeah.
But you adding all these things on. You're adding all this stuff on that
no, I'm not. I'm adding the conversation. You went to a business front.
You have in your head
okay,
if they don't. The person.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Everybody coming at me, hanging up on me about. He went from. I said, how can you take $100 policy and turn that into a generational wealth? And then Lynn went to a corporation on talking about if you get disabled. No, you wait a minute. I listened to you. I listened to you.
But you gotta use my words because Lynn didn't say that.
You said this. You said disabled.
Business. Say business.
So what am I saying wrong?
Corporation. That's a whole other world.
It's a business.
Every business is not a corporation.
Okay. All right.
Well, here's the difference, right? The
business and corporation. Corporation is. Go ahead, Jig. I'll listen to you.
What's about the average salary in the United States? And let's looking at the poor side of the house.
It's about 60,000.
60,000. We'll take $60,000, right? And that still puts you in middle class. For the poor class, it's about 46. So between 46 grand and 60 grand, that's your average Joe. Average everyday working person that has bills, that accumulates debt, that has credit cards. We're not talking about the person that's making $15 to $20 an hour, because that looks different at that point. No, you're not gaining generational wealth at that point. You're trying to make sure that you can get buried at the very least and don't leave that burden to somebody else.
And
so why are we talking about insurance? It's so big if it don't value everybody.
Because that's the gap that we're missing. That's the part we don't understand as people that might have something. It's not the corporation. It's the simple fact that you can take your insurance policy and use it as a bank instead of the average person is who?
You said the average person between 40 and 60, 40 and 100,000. What'd you say?
No.
Where you get 100,000 from? Between 46,000 and 60 grand is the average salary in America, right?
The
the average person, instead of putting people further into debt, can take a life insurance policy and pay off their own funeral at the very least. At the very least. In order to establish a further movement of wealth, and this is the part that we miss, is it's going to take a little bit more money, but you're not
So
going.
you have to be wealthy to
No, you don't. I'm not
establish generational wealth.
wealthy, but I'm establishing it.
I'm lost, bro.
Right.
I'm
And
done.
James, another thing
done.
is, like for instance, if we were to die in order, because this is okay. If we were to die in order, then because mom, dad, whoever had the policy, that generation, which they created, that would help them. That would be in form of wealth for them because they don't have that burden or those bills to cover them and try to bury them. Do you see what I'm saying? It is for that next generation.
Yeah. And so even
what do they gain from? That's what I'm asking y'all. What do the next
All right,
generation
here,
that
let me see if I can help
doesn't
this.
have wealth? So y'all keep talking about me on wealthy people. So if wealth is not the answer, and you just gonna bury yourself, then we're not talking about generational wealth. Then
No, just burying yourself is the minimum.
Mm-hmm.
That's the minimum.
What the point is, and the point of Life Insurance Awareness Month is, we're not even doing the minimum.
Mm-hmm.
We're not even paying for our own demise.
Right.
Now, once you grow in your income journey, now you can start paying for more, buying more coverage, having more wealth to pass on to the next generation, income tax free. That's the plan.
Right. So as you grow, you make more money now than what you did when we was working at Contico.
But y'all, that's all I'm saying. I'm talking about the average Joe, and y'all say I can't preach generational wealth based off a common folk. It got to be wealthy.
No.
That's what y'all saying to me.
No.
Is that
wait a minute. Because I said a person that doesn't have, they can only afford their policy. The next generation don't benefit off of that.
They do, because they don't have to pay for their loved one's demise.
So what is the benefit? So what is the beneficial factual after? All right, my mother passed. We don't have to pay for her funeral. What is the beneficial factual of the generational wealth going forward? That's what I'm asking y'all. And y'all keep coming at me wrong.
You don't have to take 2 steps back.
Yeah.
To deal with your mom's situation.
I'm already doing what I got to do. That's what I'm saying.
Because what I'm saying is, so take April when my mom passed, right? And we initially went in and I started getting all the funeral and stuff laid out, and they gave me the bottom line of it. They gave me the bottom line up front, right? And they said, hey, Mr. Glass, it's going to cost $10,000+ in order to bury your mom. And we need that by Friday. Mm-hmm. And I was in there on a Tuesday. I had one or two options. I had the option of trying to force a loan through a bank in that amount of time in order for my mom to be buried, or hope that my mom had a life insurance policy that paid for the burial itself. My mom had a life insurance policy and she was able to pay for the burial herself.
How'd you find out she had a policy?
Oh yeah, because I called Lynn. I called Lynn and we went through the process.
Okay.
And we didn't even sell him the policy. He had it for somebody else. So that was like a God wink where God made it available for Lynn to find out something for our brother James to help him at his time, which is the whole point.
And here's the best part.
I'm hearing all this. Go ahead. I'm listening.
I've never done this before, James. But when I got off the phone or the text with you, I said to Stephanie, I've never done this, but I know somebody who has done this. So I called up my boy Pablo. Pablo did this 2 years ago, but he went through his email and he found that information that I sent to you.
And so here's how I benefited from it. If I would have gone and taken a loan just to try and get a quick loan for like, I think it was 10.5 at the most. That would have cost me 28,000 at the end of the day. So I would have came out of my pocket 28 grand. I'm almost 30 grand in the hole to pay for a funeral because of the interest rates that's attacked on to a loan. The 10 grand that my mom had in order to pay for it was paid once the dust finally settled and we were able to actually get through to the insurance company, and I was able to maintain my financial posterity. So the benefit came to me directly to where I was able to actually save it. I didn't have to pay out $10,000 or almost 30 grand. Did you want me to add to?
No, I get all that. I get all that. So Diddy didn't have to pay. He didn't have no financial responsibility with his mother being buried. I get all that. Where generational wealth come in at?
Well, by me being able to maintain $10,000.
You was already doing that. I mean, you didn't have to pay that, but you was already solidified as who you were and doing what you need. That's my argument.
Right, but
As the person that's already doing what they need to do, and their parents are doing what they doing, and my parents' death don't solidify or doesn't resonate with me having generational wealth.
But
that's what I'm saying about the insurance.
But here's the backside.
Insurance don't always. So y'all coming to me as insurance gonna resonate because you don't have that burden no more. It's gonna resonate with. Damn, you know what I'm saying? You solidified.
No,
I already been doing it.
You only listening to half of that because the other half of that.
Y'all not listening to me. So I'm gonna listen to you.
The other half of that is I would have gone $30,000 in debt
if you had to pay the bill.
Yes.
So you did. So I that's what I'm saying. I'm listening to y'all. So if my parent solidified themselves that already had that insurance that already made them, you know what I'm saying, took already all the burial stuff, everything that I didn't have to come out of pocket, none of my siblings had to come out of pocket on, and we buried my mother. Where does the generational wealth come from? That was just a burial. That's what I'm telling y'all. That's just my mother solidifying herself on taking care of business, as opposed to solidifying generational wealth. What y'all trying to tell me, like, she took that burden off of you.
Derek, I have a question.
Go ahead. All right.
What is your generational wealth number?
Yes.
I don't have a number. I
need you to stop. Take a breath.
No. Listen to me. I don't have a number. Generational wealth is leaving something behind to an entity that you have. You know what I'm saying? So generational wealth is, if I got a business, like we spoke about all podcasts, if I got a business, one of the two, I got twin boys, one of the two gonna take on it. Somebody gonna like it, somebody not gonna like it. That's life. So one of them gonna take it on, one of them gonna try to sell the business. So what y'all are telling me is, if we have it's weird what y'all telling me. It's weird. I don't know how to put it into words. Like y'all telling me generational wealth is number. Y'all telling me a number.
Is it $1 million?
Wealth. So
is that generational wealth?
No. So insurance is basing my generational number off of my burying my mother.
No. What I'm saying is life insurance is the best tool to achieve generational wealth.
Co-insurance is the tool.
No, not to achieve generational wealth.
No.
So I'm asking y'all, how do I achieve generational wealth? Y'all telling me that
to get you a number.
Y'all have not told me. Y'all have not told me yet.
Here you go.
I'm still waiting on your number. I need you to give me a number.
I'll give you a number.
Generational wealth for you, because it's different to everybody.
It is.
I can't put no value on my mother. I would never put a value on my
mother. I said, what is generational wealth for you?
Generational wealth is leaving something behind.
Listen,
give it a number.
It's not a number. It's not a number. So like G told me, if I leave my business behind to my sons, one of the two gonna pick it up. One of them gonna be like, I ain't into that. You do whatever you want to do with it. The other one gonna be like, I'm gonna take this business on. Are we gonna sell this shit?
And how much they're gonna sell it for? That's where the number comes in.
Right.
Give it a number.
So you asking me a number? What is the value on? What is the value on anything? What's the value on life?
Personal.
Would you assign it? How much is if you had to sell your podcast today, how much would you sell it for?
I said $1 billion, and a motherfucker gonna tell me that motherfucker is worthless. But that's a number. That's what I'm saying. So
that's a start.
That's not what y'all. So that's what I'm telling you. With your number in insurance business, if my value is $100 a month, what is that getting me? That's just burying me. That's not.
No, it's not. You don't know what it is because some policies.
It's based on my policy. It's based on my policy, right? Am I correct?
Say what?
It's based on my policy, right?
Yeah.
No, it's based on your age, your health, and your finances.
So with my age and my health and my finances, y'all create a policy, right?
For you.
Yes. Design.
That's what I'm saying. So y'all create a policy based off my information, based off me.
Absolutely.
So if I put down, so that's what I'm saying. If I say I can only put down $100 a month,
right?
Yet, if I can put down $100, where does that generational wealth come in at? That's what I'm asking y'all. That's what I'm asking y'all.
So here's what
y'all keep putting it on.
No, I can't make that calculation because you're missing the number. Mm-hmm. Here's what you need to say, Dirt. I want to give you $100 a month, and when I die, I want to leave $100,000 to my kids.
But generational wealth ain't.
I want to give you $100 a month, and when I die, I want to leave $100,000 to my kids. That's generational wealth. I want to give you $100 a month, and when I die.
Gotcha. All right, Spike, you are echoing, brother.
Hey.
We met him before, I think.
So you see the scenario, Dirt?
I don't. I'm still misconstrued.
No,
because you say a number. So I gave you a number. I gave you a number, and that number don't. I did. I say $100 a month, but that don't generate generational wealth.
No, the other number is how much do you want to go to your next generation? I need that number.
I don't have that income. That's what I'm saying. I don't have that. So
that's what income.
So I'll take me
what
for
I'm basing that monthly fee off of. If I say $100 a month, that's because I got basketball practice, I got football, I got mortgage, I got this, that, and the third. I have bills to pay monthly. That's why I say people. That's why I say people look at that as a monthly bill.
But if they want $100,000 when they die,
they'll pay it.
I can get you that amount of money.
I know you
$100 a month.
Dirt, I don't make $200,000.
I hope Spike can come through and get it because y'all not listening to me because
I hear you.
I'm not making sense.
You said you're not grasping.
Yeah, I don't make $200,000.
Give me just 1 second to get to it. I'm sorry.
But I've got 3 policies, or 2 policies that are worth $250,000, right? And then I have another policy at $500,000.
Keon, can you come and speak on this? So my wife is because we trying to set our insurance up to where it's generational wealth.
Right, but hold on, listen, check me out.
But y'all not listening to me, and I don't know if I'm saying the right words.
You're missing a number. You're missing one number.
I gave you a number.
So I got listen, dirt. I need
the benefit number.
I got 2 $250,000 policies. I don't make $500,000 a year. I have another one that's $500,000. I don't make $1 million a year. However, when I pass, the funds, the monies from my death after my funeral expenses have been paid, all the other stuff has been covered, whatever else the estate has to pay off, that goes to my kids.
But it's not generational wealth. It's just enough. Wait a minute. Hey, I'm done talking to these people.
If I'm leaving my kids $250,000, how is that not?
I don't know.
It's 5 of them.
You got 5 kids, Jay?
I got 4. Spike,
How y'all doing, man?
Tiana, get settled. Let Spike weigh in real quick.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I'm trying to get y'all in my freaking
Because they think I'm worried.
I do. You were worried on.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yep, we got you. We got you.
All right.
Can you guys hear me? Okay, awesome. How's everybody doing? How y'all doing? How's everybody doing?
We're doing good.
Hey man, it looks like y'all getting heated over here. Y'all making the dude leave and everything else. What's going on?
No, we're trying to
They all against me.
We're trying to finish an equation and we missing one number.
Listen. I think where he's missing the point. I just want to try to get you right in there. Where he's missing is that insurance. What it sounds like he's missing is that because you guys are saying it right, but I think what's missing is that there's dividends paid out of insurance, right? Have you guys covered that at all? Like, have you guys talked about that piece at all?
That's too deep. That's too deep for this conversation.
No,
but I think that's what he's missing.
Now, dividends won't help this conversation.
You don't think so?
You need a death benefit.
We're talking about insurance, right? You guys talking about insurance, right?
Yes.
Right. We need a real reason on generational wealth with insurance.
We're talking life insurance.
You're talking life insurance, right? You're talking life insurance, right?
Yes.
Okay,
generational wealth.
Wonderful. So I worked at the bank for 8 years. Okay, I worked at the bank for 8 years. I worked at Wells Fargo for 8 years. Insurance is very, very important to build generational wealth. Because you get paid out, right? So if somebody dies, you get paid out. Now it depends on how much you put into that insurance and how much your insurance policy is, right? So if your insurance policy, and listen, I'll put it to you like this: there's a lot of people who go into insurance. They will increase their insurance policies on people that they about to off, right? There's a lot of people that like will take away. You know, I don't know what I can say on YouTube, but they'll murder their spouses. And then they'll get paid out on that insurance, and they just up the insurance. So insurance is a very lucrative way to build generational wealth if you know what you're doing, right? It's only one element. Not murdering people. The only reason I said that, just so you know.
Not endorsing murder.
Not to murder people. Listen, I put it in to where you can understand it, right? So this what I'm trying to say is that this is how important the insurance policy is, because depending on the insurance policy you get and the amount of payout that you get, sounds about right from Wells Fargo, ain't that the truth? Depending on the amount of insurance that you get your policy for, you can get paid out some pretty large dividends. Like you can get paid out some pretty large disbursements is what it's called. You get a disbursement. And so you can build generational wealth, but it's only one part of it. Insurance is only one part of it. There's like, if you have a lot of money, like you got to invest that money too. That's what really builds generational wealth. Insurance is just one part of the piece, and it's only one lump sum type of deal if something happens. So that's my take on insurance.
Kiana, where
if that
you
makes
at?
any sense.
It does. It does. Hey, sis. Dirt done dragged you on here.
Because I know what we've been doing for insurance wise, and we trying to build generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, $100 a month don't build generational wealth. It just bury your individual. You know what I'm saying?
Where did that number come from? Who said that?
Dirt.
$100. I don't understand that
That's
because
his
it's
number.
individualized. But like, what is
No. Y'all said y'all would give a policy for people that can listen to me. Y'all pay policies for people that can afford it. So if a person come forward with $100 policy, that was my lowest number. That was my lowest number. So I'm saying if a person came to y'all with $100 and a person came to y'all with $100,000, that $100,000 is going to preach more than a generational wealth than $100. That's what I'm saying. That's
not true.
That's
I'll give you an example.
And y'all have example.
Let me give you the example.
Kiana, dig him out of this. You got to dig him out of this.
I'm not. Because Kiana on the same.
Listen, you're not listening, man.
I'm gonna listen to you, bro.
All right, so we had a situation with a would-be client. Unfortunately, his documentation is not in order. But we had him $1 million policy for 30 years for $68 a month.
Spike can probably speak to that.
$68 a month. So we can absolutely build a policy that can cover you for generational wealth. $400.
What did the policy pay out though? So the policy that you're talking about, the policy that you're talking about right now. So what were the I've been in Vegas so long, so forgive me. Give me a second. What were the stipulations, right? So like, what had to happen for that person to get that payout? Did somebody have to
die within the next 30 years?
Wonderful. So the person that dies ain't getting that wealth. It's the family. That's what you're talking about.
So generation.
He's proven our
And $60 a month.
68.
So
$68.
So that makes sense. But the boss man, are you thinking that you're gonna get the money?
No.
Okay.
No. I'm speaking of my family. So after I'm dead, after I paid all my funeral expenses,
yep.
How does my family benefit from my death?
Okay, I get it. Let me just 1 second. Because they become the beneficiaries, right? So when you have your insurance policies, you are the insurance policy is on you, right? But there are beneficiaries to your insurance policy. So what that means is that if something happens to you, like I don't know who the woman is with you, so I apologize. Who's this woman with you?
His
boss man.
Queen, Kiana.
So your queen. So you put your queen as a beneficiary, right? So something happens to you. Let's say it's $100 million, right? So your policy, let's say you pay $100 a month. Just listen, hold on.
No, don't do that, Spike. Leave it at $1 million. Leave it at $1 million.
Fine. But let's say you're paying $100 a month, right, for your insurance policy. And if something happens to you, you're going to get paid out $1 million, right? That $1 million is going to get paid to your queen because you left her as the beneficiary. So that money is now hers. You're dead and gone, right?
Queen,
so
is that good money? Can you work with
$1 million? $1 million you can work with.
You can. But that's what I'm saying.
Can you work with that, Queen?
I'm waiting for
Talk to him, Queen. Talk your talk. You know what I'm saying?
Can you work
$1
with
million
that
will set you up nice.
Tax-free, Queen?
Sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, could you repeat that?
Can you work with that $1 million income tax free should dirt die prematurely? Can you work with that?
For a little bit of time? It wouldn't last me a lifetime.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
Wait, with me being 40 years old and the cost of living now, for me to make that $1 million to last, and I have 3 kids that are all under the age of 18 that need to be taken care of, no, sir, 1 million is not going to make me wealthy because I'm going to be tapping into that. That's not going to work. So, like I said, I have to work with that, but no, that's not.
How long?
That's not been.
How long?
I don't see that.
She's right.
I'm still asking the question. How long?
I didn't hear you.
How long? You said a little bit of time. How long is that?
A year.
No, it'd be more than a year. I'm gonna just say
$100,000.
$1 million.
Gianna, our question really is, will it help you?
It won't provide generational.
It will help me, yes. It will help me.
But it's not like somebody leaving you $50. That is a substantial amount of money. And I know I don't even know you, but I know for a fact that being a mother and everything, and with you, you know, how passionate you are about your children. We got a chance to see them on a couple other podcasts, baby. I know you don't make that work, and it may not last you your lifetime, but I bet you that them kids will have a little piece of that change after you pass, by the way that you deal with it. And it would be something that would help with, like we saying, the wealth, not for you to be like, I don't know what wealth is to him, but for you guys not.
Well, first of all, what is the definition of wealth? What is the definition of wealth?
That's what we were trying to establish.
You wouldn't give us a number.
It's different for every person. That's exactly what we were trying to establish.
The number is different for every person. The definition is the same. What is the definition of wealth is what I asked.
That's what we've been saying.
Different, but the definition is the same.
But Gianna,
no, it's not.
Gianna, your
No.
but
That's
your
what I said.
definition of wealth and
Said
Dirk's
wealth is
definition are
the
two
number
different.
change.
That's what I'm
Exactly.
telling you.
That's what we're saying.
And that's what I'm trying to
That's
tell
all
you.
we're saying. But it's not like you're not like pissing on $1 million now. I mean, seriously. I mean, honestly, because if somebody came to the funeral and handed somebody a $5,000 check, they're not gonna say, "No, bro, I can't." I mean, and that's what we're saying. It's best to have something better than nothing. But if you can get $1 million, that would definitely help, and you won't be back. You won't lose your house. You know what I'm
But like
saying?
what we saying to y'all, y'all present
You
them with
talked. You called me down here. But let me ask you a
Yes.
question. How many $1 million insurance policy can you get?
I was just gonna ask them about that
Well,
$5,000 check.
Because I can tell you, on my 3 kids, I've tried to get $1 million policy on each one of them, and I'm not allowed to get it.
You should
Talking to
get.
the wrong. You
Are you
talking to the
shopping
wrong
around?
insurance
Are you
person.
shopping around? Are you
I
shopping
have
around?
shopped around, and in the state
No.
of Missouri,
You haven't talked to us?
Gianna, we can
I've
help
given you $1 million for
but
all
I'm
three
just
of you
saying,
kids.
just because I haven't talked to you doesn't mean I haven't shopped around. He asked that I shop around. I did shop around,
No.
but I have not talked to you all. No, I haven't. But I'm saying what I have done and was denied several times by different agents.
Mm-hmm.
So I can only speak on what I've been told and what I've done, not
That's
what
right.
you all can do. That's why I asked that question. How many $1 million policies have you all given out?
We don't give out anything.
What do you mean,
People
written?
qualify.
You mean written?
Right.
Because you got to qualify. Yeah, definitely.
Qualification.
Countless.
Qualification.
What is it that a 6-month-old wouldn't qualify for if you're in good health? I don't understand. What would be the non-qualification on that? Because all of my kids have had life insurance since they were 6 months. So what would be the qualification on or the disqualification on not being able to get that?
I don't know why you were disqualified.
Yeah.
And it's kind of high risk, isn't it?
I've been a life insurance agent since 1993. My degree is in risk management and insurance. The largest policy I've ever written has been $40 million.
Oh.
The largest premium I've ever collected has been $120,000 a year. I can write anybody from 0 to 89, whatever they want.
Well, I have been told no several times because I have asked.
You talk to the wrong folks.
MC, Mike, weigh in on this. I know you've been
But
waiting.
at the end of the day,
I heard what they're saying, because I mean, really all that insurance and shit, that shit really just a scam. You know, if however you want to look at it, it's just my opinion to y'all from what I sit back and see all
Mike,
the
do you own
time.
any insurance?
For what?
No,
For
do you
what?
own any insurance at all?
I got insurance, I do, but it ain't. I ain't expecting my daughter to be fucking Donald Trump rich behind it. No.
I didn't even say life insurance. I said insurance.
And Donald Trump ain't really rich. Sorry.
we all have insurance, but we
all don't.
No, we speaking on the topic on generational wealth on life insurance.
Yeah, I've been listening to y'all, cause like you.
Well, here, listen to this statement.
Everybody gonna have y'all opinion, but you know, I can tell y'all right now, my dad had insurance since he had a policy he had been paying on since like 2005. And you know, when he kicked the bucket, you know, we went through all kind of bullshit. So who ended up with my dad money? Not us. And look, all that money gone down the drain. Who got that money?
I don't
Not
know.
us.
Listen, because Mike, here's what I know. You didn't hear the comment that was made initially, and neither did Spike. The comment made was life insurance is the easiest way to create generational wealth.
Man, putting your money under your mattress is the easiest way.
The first thing he said is Mike got on her, and the first thing he said is his father had a policy for years. For years. And when he paid his daddy policy, nobody benefited off
Hey, cuz, let me tell you, and it's just what they do with everybody. They find a reason not to pay.
That didn't happen with me.
It's not true.
Thank you. It didn't
Mike,
happen
that's
with
not
me
true.
either. Yeah.
It's all crazy.
It does happen. It does happen. There are some shitty insurance companies.
Y'all can say what y'all want.
It does happen.
I see that shit every weekend. They always find a reason not to pay.
So so when I talk about car insurance and house insurance and all that, that's all the same boat.
Can I just say something in regards to like this is what I've navigated at the bank. I'm just going to tell you what I've navigated at the bank. I've helped a lot of people who had good insurance policies. When they got that lump sum check, they didn't know what to do with their money, right? What we were in charge of doing is getting them a financial advisor that would help walk them through how to turn that lump sum into generational wealth, which was what we're talking about. Like I said, the insurance policy is one step in the right direction. There are multiple steps you have to take to multiply that money and to do the right things with it. Because if you just get that money, you start writing checks, that money's going to be gone in a year. It's going to be gone in a year. That money needs to be put into different types of stocks, CDs, bonds, whatever it needs to be in, so that what you're actually spending is the interest made off that money. That's where, and I'm gonna throw the race card in here because I'm speaking from my experience, right? There's a lot of uneducated people, melanin, who are scared of the banks, right? They don't go to the bank. They don't get a banker. They don't have a financial advisor. They don't have a trust fund. Not a trust fund, but they don't have their documents in trust.
They don't have documents.
Have a trust. You don't got your documents. And listen, and just one more thing. So what you're talking about, Mike, what I heard you just say was that your dad had a policy that he paid on. He didn't shop around, right? He didn't have a financial advisor. This is just what I'm hearing. Don't quote me on it. He didn't shop around. He didn't know his banker. Didn't know his financial advisor, right? And you don't have to have a lot of money to do this stuff. You can start at any time, right? And the biggest thing is that it sounds like he didn't have any documents. He didn't have any trust that outlined what was supposed to happen once he passed away and who was supposed to get what money. And so what ends up happening a lot of times, and I've seen this happen so many times. This is why I tell my parents, if you don't got no trust documents, I'm not going to be arguing with my siblings at no damn bank. I'm not going to do it. Get your shit in writing because the banking stuff becomes a nightmare. And so what happens a lot of times too is that money goes straight to the state. It goes to the state because there's no documentation as to what's supposed to happen. And there's an ignorance piece here, right? I'm saying this with all due respect. There's an ignorance piece here that a lot of families, I'll just say families, there's a lot of families don't know what to do or that they even should do something in regards to making sure everything's in writing in regards to what happens. And shopping around is one of the biggest things that we don't do. We just accept these policies at work, right? Everybody gets a life insurance policy at their job, and then they just pay their money into that, not reading into it, not knowing any of the stipulations, what the disbursements are going to be, anything like that, and so they just accept that. That's where we go wrong. So again, we have to take ownership to our ignorance of the financial world because it's out there. I think the last thing I'm gonna say. I think that the first job that anybody should get is a teller at a bank because I learned so much in that 8 years of working in Wells Fargo of how wealthy people. I'm not even gonna say white people. Wealthy people make their money. I learned so much on how the wealthy. They don't spend their money. They don't spend their money at all. They use insurance. They use credit. And it's not like, well, I can't get credit. Yes, you can. There are things you can do to do all that stuff. You just have to be financially literate.
So that's why I've been the biggest. I don't know, the biggest person against like insurance, but I'm with insurance. So me and my wife, my wife worked for Wells Fargo and Bank of America.
U.S. Bank.
U.S. Bank. She worked for both of them. You know what I'm saying? So outside of that, we do our insurance. Steph and Lynn, we do our insurance. We tied in health insurance, life insurance, all that through and through. We tied into it. Like Mike say, like I told y'all, it's like car insurance for us. Unless a motherfucker get hurt or a motherfucker get damaged, we just paying into it. It's another bill.
Well, I'm telling you, cuz it's you know, they tell you, cuz I'm telling you, how we gonna pay if you get sick and this and that, but go ahead and kick the bucket. They gonna come up with any kind of reason they can find. They gonna go through your health records, everything, and they gonna have a reason not to fucking pay you, cuz I'm telling you. So like, keep your opinion about what you thinking, Dirk, cuz like all that other thing you heard, you can take it in.
Depending like you saying, cuz I pay into it. Like I said, I'm with them on paying into it, but they coming to me about generational.
Man, cuz you paying into it, you rolling the dice, cuz we all do. Just like we pay our car insurance and we might not never have a motherfucking car accident.
Car insurance is not a good thing. Car insurance is not a good thing.
You are going to die. I guarantee it.
Hold on.
Like they saying, Mike, I don't want it to be a burden on my kids.
But give me a second.
I don't want it to be a burden on my kids. And my
Yeah,
kids,
so the
but
kids gonna get the money, but that shit ain't finna last them forever. Cause let's be
but
real.
that's what I'm asking. That's what
Yeah.
I'm asking them. I'm
Here's the between life
gonna pay
insurance.
the premium. Hold on, G. I'm gonna pay the premium to make sure that my kids can bury me and make sure everything's solidified on their end, so they don't have to come out of nothing. And they
Right.
can live their lives and they continue to build their lives.
So
That's all I'm on.
here's the biggest difference between life insurance and car insurance. With car insurance, there's
Right.
nothing you can ever pull out. Get yourself.
What?
Life insurance. You can't pull any money out of your car insurance. You can't. It's a, you are, hold on.
It has to be a certain. It has to be a certain entity.
Hold on.
No, it has to be a. When you ask Lynn and Steph, it has to be a certain entity where you can.
Hold on. With car insurance, you can't go to your car dealer or your car insurance company and say, "Hey, I want to take out a loan against myself."
Heck
You
no.
cannot do that. With life insurance, you can go to your life insurance policy based on your cash value and you can pull against it, right? You get
If you have an insurance policy that has cash value.
There you go.
That's
Yeah.
it.
That's it.
If you have one.
But
right.
there's
If
no
you-
car insurance company that has policy
Yeah, car
that has
insurance
cash
is already-
value.
And
Ever.
Mike, with your situation with
Some
your
people
dad,
that-
God rest his soul, you guys need to find out who his beneficiary
I,
was.
I wasn't. I didn't. I wasn't just throwing my dad in there. I work at the funeral home. I see people get screwed all the time.
Yeah,
So,
so that absolutely does happen. It
you know,
absolutely- and here,
I was just giving y'all a small example. I see people get screwed all the time.
even
Right.
to find a point to that, it's generally speaking older black people that have had life insurance for decades have gotten with some old wicked life insurance companies that have screwed them out. And also another component in life insurance that you have to do outside of life insurance is establish a trust. That keeps the vultures away. Right? Establish a trust. Once you establish a trust and you protect yourself against outside entities from being able to actually attack the monies that your life insurance policies can pay into that trust, then it won't go back to the state, right? It won't go to other outside entities. That money is held within a state. They can't go after the estate the same way they can go after an individual. Like Spike said, it's financial literacy that we're missing. That's the biggest proponent. Life insurance is not going to make you rich upon someone's death. It's not. It has the ability to assist in building generational wealth. That's what
It'll make you rich, not wealthy. It'll make you rich, not wealthy. A financial literacy will make you wealthy.
It
Yeah.
Wait a
can.
minute, wait a minute, wait a minute.
It
So
can.
do you have to be wealthy or rich already to
No.
solidify yourself?
I'm not rich. I'm establishing wealth. One of the first things that I did to establish wealth was get a life insurance policy. The second thing I did was buy a house.
Hey,
That's
but you spoke on your situation though. After
Right.
your mother passed, after you spoke on your situation, after your mother passed,
my mom didn't pass in order for me to buy the house or get a life insurance policy.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You don't have your parents, like I told y'all, my parents, like I put up that statement, my auntie put up a statement that spoke about our grandmother.
Right.
But it didn't resonate with my mother. You see what I'm saying? So generation don't always resonate with what's going on. And then with like
We're talking about the rules and you tripping off the exceptions.
No.
You worried about the wrong thing.
No, I'm not.
Hold on. James talked about his situation. You know how much James is worth with those policies?
Yeah.
Over $1 million.
James spoke about that shit. And like I said,
that's not the black man's average net worth.
It is not.
It's not.
And so I'm speaking about me. And when I resonate with my aunt spoke about that, but my mother didn't resonate with that. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I'm glad
So
that you're
when
it.
I'm speaking about generational wealth. So if my mother have a policy and put out there right now, if my mother resonate right now with where she at in her life, if she put out a policy and she put out a will, like Spike said, and she designated everything with what who go do everything. If my mother did that, her policy would only bury her. It would not resonate with generational wealth.
That depends on how big.
So
the
she's probably in the
is.
wrong policy. She's probably in the wrong policy.
Oh
Has she shopped around for different life insurance?
Yeah, because you can build a different policy. Everything is not going to be the same.
It's not set in stone. Like none of this shit is set in stone. Y'all can shop around. I think that's the part of the conversation that's being missed here. On everybody, not on the two parts that we're talking about.
Me and my
But-
wife
but-
have shopped around.
Well, Gianna,
Right.
you got to
And
keep
so-
shopping to find what you want, right?
No,
You do.
y'all missing the key factor. My mother hasn't shopped around. My mother hasn't did that. You know what I'm saying? Me and my wife have shopped around and resonated.
Right,
with
but you just brought up your mom though. You just said if my mom were to pass and do all the things, we would not be having generational wealth, and that's because your mother has not shopped around. And that's the point. I think that's what's being said. So we're only going off what you said, but you
They don't
brought up
listen
your
to me.
mom.
They don't listen to me.
I think we are listening. I think I'm listening exactly to you.
Exactly,
no.
Maya. Yeah, right, Maya. That's it.
So I don't know what Maya said. So I
Listen,
listen to my.
She said a lot
Like
of
I
our
told y'all. I
privy
told
to
y'all. I
information
listened
we
to
have
my.
access to today. And because listen, we're in the business. We personally, I mean, I know that everyone's not agreeing on what we're saying. But you know what? We do not feel attacked. Like we were happy to be able to help somebody that we love, which is Mr. J Glass here, that just kind of came out the air. I'm not saying that there haven't been people in the past that screw people over, but again, it's about education. And Gianna, now that you guys have shopped around, you got another place to try. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost us anything. And hopefully with this whole this Zoom here, this is an opportunity for us to run you a quote to see if we can help you, because we have your best interest. We're not just somebody that you don't know. You don't know us, but I'm saying, with Maya, that's my cousin, introducing us to James over a year ago. And, we were on the podcast with Dirt and Wanda for, I don't know, like over a month. We feel like, well, we've established a relationship. We're part of the whole family, and we have a love for each other, so this would be an opportunity to see if we can help you get what you want, because that's our goal, to give you what you want and what you can afford, or at least what you need, and without any stipulations. We don't get paid for anything. It's just a quote, and we work with over 30 companies, so that's the good thing. And we're on your side. You understand what I'm saying? So we're not out trying. It's not just some blind person out here trying to sell you something. That's not what we. That's not. It's so not what we do. That is not what we do. And if we're in a situation where a person cannot afford something, then you know what? It's just not for them. No form, it's no foul. And then you have people that can afford it, but they just choose not to. It's a choice, and it's actually a privilege. Some people think it's a right, but it's a privilege, because another thing you have to do is qualify for it. We can quote people all day. You know how they tell you those cars is not the same thing, but get this Beamer for $299 a month, and then they have real small. You don't even see it about how your credit got to be, but you go in there like, hey, she said it's $299 a month. You got to qualify because it's a privilege. It's not a right.
Right. That's what I'm telling y'all. So
and
y'all
our
can
whole,
say
our whole thing is we like to help people. And both of our parents went to glory in 2020.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. But I'm just saying, so we've been, you know what I'm saying? But we're not just saying, whatever, but we were just saying that it's a vehicle for to start generational wealth. I didn't get rich over burying my mother, but guess what? I wasn't in debt either. I got a generational blessing because my grandmother made sure that after my mom paid all her policies before she got sick, before she got sick, that her policy stayed, active. And then by the time I took care of her for 10 years, and he had already been in the business, But once I found out that all my mom's stuff was covered, girl, it was like this dark cloud I didn't even know existed just went away, because that's something that I didn't have to deal with. I could deal with fighting for her every day. But then I was blessed to be married to a man who had already been doing this for 30 plus years. That made me, after covering everything down to the flowers, to the limo, to the program, say, you know what? I want to help somebody get through this.
That's generational wealth.
That's generational blessing and generational wealth, because nobody, you know what I'm saying? That made me say, I know people are going to go through stuff because it's a loss. It is because it's your loved one. But guess what?
That's generational wealth.
Covered. Everything was covered. So I was able to think and send my mama off the way that made me proud, because she's in heaven. She ain't even thinking about that for real.
Is he even watching the show?
That's the whole part. That's what I want. That's what I want to do. So that's where we're coming from. The same with his dad. Because of my mom's policy, we were able to get like a great earn on for his dad. Okay.
She told me story.
Steph, I was listening. I was listening, Steph. I was listening.
I've been going through with my dad. I don't want to talk about my dad.
No,
that's all. She can talk about him all.
I didn't make my biological brother.
All this stuff started when I made it through.
I was laughing.
I'm here to talk about Diddy. I just want to talk about Diddy, so I'm waiting for that.
Yeah, we can talk about Diddy.
Let me say this.
We're not gonna make any progress with what I was trying to talk about.
Let me say this, and then we'll switch topics. And just taking the example of the $1 million, right? So if you had $1 million and the unspeakable happened to Cuzzo, and the $1 million was paid out, right? What would be recommended if you had a financial advisor is, hey, listen, why don't you take a portion of that, invest it in properties, right, or in an area that's about to come up. That way you have land ownership at that point. Take that $500,000 that you got left, take another slice of that, put it back inside of a life insurance policy as cash to have added cash value to that policy and extend it out. Now it's at a $3 million policy. So if you pass, the same thing can happen with and for your kids. With the money that you have left, you put it in a CD or you invest it in another area so that you begin to gain interest off of that and live off the interest, right? How you can establish wealth on that end of it. That's how you can begin, but it's not just in of itself.
So how many people are basing that
Pay off your mortgage.
We're doing it. But I'm saying, how many people are basing that off of that?
But just
I can't hear his question.
I didn't even. Yeah.
Right, because y'all, we can't all.
Okay.
Talk at the same time.
You know, we inquire.
Yeah.
What you saying, Dirt? We waiting. Lean back in on it.
I'm done with this. Y'all ain't listening to me, so I'm done with this.
And another question that Spike had was, do you all do business insurance?
Glenn, give me 1 second. Oh yes, but we do. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll
look y'all up. I'll look y'all up. I'll connect with y'all and look y'all up. See what you got.
Spike, I'll send their number. I'll send their number to you, vice versa. Everybody have each other's number, just like my brother that was just started asking for it.
Be our pleasure, because again, together we have. Look, we always joke. Well, I joke. We have over 34 years of experience, and he has 31, and I have 3.
So let's jump on Diddy. Don't leave, Kiana. Stay here with us. Stay here with us. You already here, sis.
Diddy, bro. We need to do final thoughts.
Oh, that's right. I can stay on. I can stay on, y'all. Because y'all got sports in the morning.
Sunday.
I got about 15 minutes. I just want to talk. My shit on Diddy's gonna be quick. So
I want to talk about Diddy.
Business. That's good. Thanks. Talk about business.
Let's do a quick watch on Diddy. Line it out, and then we'll pick Diddy back up next week.
Sounds good, man.
He's still gonna be in the news.
Listen, this is my thoughts on Diddy. this is my thoughts on Diddy. As you can see, my little tagline here is the government is purple. I think this is entertainment. I think that these celebrities are they understand now that we don't care about it no more, right? And so how do they stay on our minds and in our mouths? Now it's all the downfalls. And that now we're all invested in the downfalls of all these celebrities. And I just think that I think it's so convenient that they're right back in the limelight again. Like all these celebrities are right back in the limelight again. And I think it's a circus. I think this is an absolute circus. And I have to pause on this sometimes, right? Because like everything can't be fake, right? But could it be? Like, I mean, I just think I think this is a show. I think this is all a show. I don't believe any of this. I don't believe that Diddy's going to go to jail. I don't think that any of these people are going to do any of this. I think that this is entertainment, and I think that these cats they've made their money, so like they don't need a reputation. What does Diddy need to be liked for? Diddy doesn't need to be liked, right? But he can still be the hot topic. Their money can still be made off of Diddy if he is if there's a downfall of Diddy, right? Now we're all back invested. We're watching TV. They can sell ads off of that. They can sell advertisements. They can make money off of his downfall. But the biggest thing about these things, and I learned this with Beyonce. Beyonce is no longer Beyonce. She's a corporation. Right. So Beyonce is a corporation. So when Beyonce sells something or does something, the corporation makes money. It doesn't matter what Beyonce does. If people are watching it, they can sell ads off of it. This is no different with Diddy. These celebrities are corporations now, and the downfall of things is the new glow up. You know what I mean? And so, and then at the same time, I think that there's things that's happening in the government and stuff like that that we need to be really focused on. But no, we're more concerned with how many bottles of Vaseline Diddy has. Like it's just like who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? I don't know these people. I'm never gonna know these people. Why do I give a shit? I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? And yet here we are consuming Puff Daddy. Now there's like, oh, you put $1 million on Tupac. Who cares? Who gives a shit? Like it affects my life zero. If you like Tupac, I get it, right? Because you want to know the truth about him, but you're never going to know the truth. You're only going to know what they tell you, and you're going to have to believe that. So those are my thoughts on the whole Diddy thing. It's entertainment. This is a show. It's a show.
Okay. Right.
Diddy had a lot of underlying issues with a lot of people. I can definitely see why he is front page. The sex trafficking, the
racketeering,
all the allegations he's on right now, I can see it based on the person that he is. I seen him last year at Halloween, and he dressed up as Batman, and he going out antagonizing all the people that he normally wouldn't do. He got 30 people with him. He got security. He got front. But I think he is a predator.
I can give you that.
I think he's a predator. That's my thoughts on Diddy. I think he is bigger than the industry,
Kelly, he gonna say, ooh,
everything. I think he's bigger than everything. He's bigger than the entertainment. He's bigger than the industry. I just leave it at that. He's bigger than the industry. So I think he is, man, he can press more than he give what they say, give a horse a yard, he take a
foot.
An inch.
Give an inch.
Give me a yard.
a mile. Give him an inch, you'll take a mile.
Take a mile.
What y'all said right there. Yeah. I think that's what Diddy did in his industry. You know what I'm saying? He just got bigger than everybody, and he's just.
I still don't even know how.
I'm the man.
He got that big.
It's easy.
Being a hype man.
It's so easy.
Stephen, what
easy.
What's y'all?
Well, listen, it's easy when you're a bad person. Look, who is in jail about to die that did the same kind of stuff?
Harvey Weinstein. Yeah.
Harvey. This is look.
I was just thinking about the industry.
I speak on this topic. I speak on this topic all the time.
Okay.
So Diddy used a power formula, and you may want to call it blackmail, but you know what it's called? Collateral. So you want something from me? The collateral is you have to do something that I can hold over you.
Mm.
And that's all Diddy has done since he was back with just him and Biggie Smalls. And you know who I was thinking about today? Who died too soon? Craig Mack.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Craig Mack was with Diddy.
Yeah, he bad boy. He signed to him.
Right. So what he's done is, and this is what Jeffrey Epstein did, because people are trying to do the math on how he went from a professor to a billionaire. You know what he did?
Life insurance.
No, he got these clowns. He got these clowns on tape. He got these clowns on tape with underage girls.
Oh,
that's all I need. All I need is one video of you with an underage girl, and you will do everything that I need you to do, or I'm going to show that video.
So
so when Homeland Security raided his places, that's what they got. So right after the raid, remember, that's when we saw the hotel video. You know how they leaked the hotel video? Because Diddy bought it from the hotel.
Yeah,
what I'm trying to work out with my wife is, why did he keep that video? If I'm on tape beating somebody's ass in a hotel in an elevator and not dropping my towel, I'm gonna watch it a couple times, but then I'm gonna destroy that thing.
Everybody looking for that company.
Yeah, they're like, damn, that towel. How did he do all that and not drop the towel? So all he did was leverage. So he had those parties. And another person said one of his people, because all those people talking now, everybody was watching the Champagne for Drugs.
Okay.
He was drugging the juice.
Oh wow.
The cranberry.
And look,
the orange juice. Ain't nobody watching the juices.
I was telling Lynn I would be the girl at the party. I just want the cranberry juice.
Right, she would be in trouble because she don't drink alcohol.
I don't even drink.
She would just drink the juice.
I think all his legal problems came in to problems when he got the beefing with the De Leon or
he went up against the big corporation that had more power than him.
He went against the London-based liqueur company.
I'm entertained, but it's the power dynamic that's the entertainment.
So they've given him.
How much of this do we know, though?
Huh?
How much of this do we know?
So what I do, Spike, is I exercise logic. Yeah. I exercise what I do know about bad people and how bad people behave. Yeah.
Do you really know how bad Diddy is? Do you know if he's bad, or do you believe he's bad?
No. He's documented bad.
Hey.
I know.
Listen to my question. Listen to my question. Listen to my question.
He's a bad man.
And you know that based on what you have been shown and taught, right? By media.
No, I know people.
By him.
Oh, so you know people. Okay. And that's why I'm asking you. So, but do you know Diddy personally?
No, I don't.
No.
Okay, so again, hold on. Just give me 1 second. So again, even if you know people, they told you something, right? And you believe it.
That is correct. You're right.
Right. So my question. I'm not discrediting that. I'm not discounting that. But what I'm saying to you is that you don't know. You believe, right?
I believe. Yeah.
Right. And it's fine. And that's fine. You believe, right? And so belief has a currency. Belief is currency, right? Belief has a very specific value to it. And what we believe about these people that we will never know is so important. And it's so easy to buy that, to buy your belief. It's so easy because, and I'm not saying that the people that you know aren't reputable people, but they know what they know based on who taught them or if they were with Diddy or whatever. But for the masses like us, we consume content that tells us what to believe. And so for me,
you believe. No,
they
give you the choice.
You have a choice.
You get a menu, and you can choose.
We're saying the same thing, right? And we're still. I'm gonna meet you there. I think we're saying the same thing, right? It tells you what to believe. It tells you what to believe and what to ask questions on, right? And what people typically do is they just consume. They subscribe. They say, "Oh my gosh, Diddy had 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Then that's what happened. That's what I'm going to take. I'm going to do that, right?" And so now that's where the story is, that people selling shirts, $1,000, and it's for me, it's just very convenient. That's all I'm saying. It's just all I'm saying is people just need to pause and just think, isn't that so convenient that we just subscribe to what we're told on our FYPs, on our FYPs, like on our For You pages? It's so easy to get us to believe something. Shit that has nothing to do with us. What Diddy did, how we feel about Diddy is irrelevant. It is irrelevant. It means nothing. It's good for conversation, right? And I don't want to shut the conversation down. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to have the conversation about what we consume. We are so obsessed with shit that does not do anything in our lives. It only distracts us from living. It takes from us more than it gives. And I'm not trying to be on a high horse here. I really am not. I know that's probably what it sounds like, but I just think it's very convenient, and how easy it is for us to just be so caught into something. Who gives a shit about Diddy? Diddy could have taken 16 kids and could have thrown them out of their building. It means nothing to you. It means nothing to you. We can only be shocked by it, and we can only be consumed by it. Sorry, Stephanie, go ahead. Sorry.
No, the way what I feel about it, I definitely think it's a distraction. Because it's just people using us to get likes and all of this kind of stuff. But at the same time, I think about the victims, because bullshit like this happens every day, all the time. And it is overlooked because we are distracted. That's why it's going on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And it keeps being hidden forever and ever and ever and ever because we look over it. And then when it surfaces again, it's like, oh, it's new. No, this shit been going on.
Mm-hmm. Can I just ask one question just to follow up that, and I'll shut up. I just want to ask one question. My question is, and I really let's just pause. I'd like to hear from everybody from this if we can. What are you going to do about it? And not only what are you going to do about it, what do you have the capacity to do about it? Just answer that question.
What I would do about it, again, is awareness. Everybody is not your friend, and everybody, just because you are a celebrity, whatever that means, that does not mean anything. It is still a person with a spirit, and that you have to have discernment against these people, and you have to just be careful out there. My take on Diddy is, when I found this thing out about him drugging the men and I guess raping them and all this.
What are you gonna do about it?
Huh?
What are you going to do about that? That's
we have a 16-year-old son.
Yeah,
we have a 16-year-old son. So this is teachable moment.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Celebrity does not mean anything. They're still a person. And then the other thing is, it just took me on a tangent. Like this, I was appalled by, like they had this sound, him supposedly drugging Meek Mill and raping him or whatever, but then I forgot all about him in the towel. So I'm like, I went from domestic violence all the way over here. It was just like all over the place. But again, don't put people on a pedestal, and you have to be aware of your surroundings, and you have to let people show you who they are, and just be careful no matter who. If it's Diddy, if it's your pastor, if it's your uncle, if it's the president, whether it's if it's Bill Gates, whoever it is, if it's the guy next door, the person that, know your surroundings, know who you are, and be safe. And tell when you see something. Don't gloss over it. That's
what you got. You got something, Rick?
What's going on, brother? Glad to see you.
What up, bro?
Hey, how's everybody doing tonight?
I think we are.
How you doing, Richard?
I'm gonna try to be quick. I'll try to keep my mouth shut the whole time. Hopefully, Steph and Lynn will contact me about the insurance policy quotes.
Yeah, I'm gonna send them your number in the morning.
Yeah, I don't care about my number being out. First thing about Diddy, this is important. This is not a nonchalant issue. Out of the 80s and the early 90s, how many black billionaires came from rap? Diddy's one, Jay-Z, and Dre. Okay, and Russell Simmons. Forgive me.
Ooh. Yeah.
Russell Simmons ain't coming back to America. He'll stay his ass in Valley. That's the first thing.
Ice Cube.
No,
they passport bros.
So when we talk about billionaire, and I'm not saying they're cash billionaires, all their assets and their worth hit the billionaire status.
Okay.
Russell Simmons accused of harassing women. That's the culture of Hollywood. He went to Bali. He ain't coming back to America. The minute they raided two homes, P. Diddy, I don't know why, and I'm gonna take it back to what y'all were talking about. I don't know why he didn't take his trust funds, his generational wealth, and his insurance policies and got his ass out of America and never came back. He had a passport. He was free to go. Why didn't he not go? Here's the next thing.
Okay.
Michael Jackson passed away. Did his generational wealth, did his trust funds, did his insurance policies go to his kids and his family?
Talk to me, bro.
What about Prince? I don't
Talk
know.
to me, bro.
What about James Brown? I don't know.
Talk to me, bro. Right, I'm with you, bro. Talk to me, bro.
I'm done.
So the question that I have for the last part, what?
So is it a will situation or is it?
No. The question that I have is, because I don't think anyone on the panel, including yourself, can answer that. Is what would be the point of that question?
The point of the question is this:
insurance.
About P. Diddy, because he came out of an industry where saving money for the long term was not the norm. He saved his money. He's in jail. He's not coming out. Obviously, he didn't watch O.J. Simpson. Obviously, he didn't watch, oh my gosh, Dr. Cosby. Obviously, he didn't watch R. Kelly. They could not break Dr. Cosby. He still got out of jail, and he saved his money. He sent it to his wife.
Yep.
Did he have trust? I'm sure he did.
He did.
He did. So when y'all were talking about the generational wealth and putting things in trust, my question is to you. That's the question we should be asking about Diddy. How is he going to protect all his money and get it to all his kids?
Oh, I think at this point it's too late. If he didn't already, while he was out hanging out in New York at the park and playing hacky sack, if he didn't already take those measures to begin to transfer stuff over, his funds are too late. It's not going to benefit me one way or another. You know.
But do you care? Like, do you care? Do you actually care?
You thinking on a situation did where he was gonna get caught up. You see what I'm saying? You thinking on a situation where he gonna get caught up. He wasn't thinking on a situation where he gonna get caught up.
Okay.
Hey, let me interject.
Go ahead.
Days before he died, Jeffrey Epstein put everything into a trust in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Do you know when his case is going to be heard? At least a decade. That's how far they're backed up.
He committed suicide, though.
But before he committed suicide,
that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Y'all did to me. Y'all created a whole nother situation than what we talking about. He committed suicide.
Hey, we got a VP Harris here. We ain't going back.
Diddy not gonna commit suicide. I can tell you like that.
Well, he gonna
solidify himself, like Lynn saying that a generational wealth.
Belief is a powerful currency. I'm telling you, what you believe is more powerful than what you know. And you can believe that Epstein is dead. You can believe that he's going to sell. He's going to be in the same prison. Epstein is not dead. Come on, y'all. Come on.
We don't have to come around to that one, Spike.
Come on. It's too convenient. It's too convenient. My thing is like the convenience.
So wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Here's one quick question.
I'm gonna share this with you.
Here's one quick question.
Every 5 days in the United States, a man takes out his entire family.
That's true. Period.
Every 5 days. That's not even.
How many times does Epstein do it? How many times does Epstein do it?
So insurance is flawed then.
Huh?
Insurance is flawed then.
So wait a minute. Hold on. Here's something else when you said that this issue is not really that important. When Jeffrey Epstein got arrested, there was a running joke from the Democrats, the Republicans, and all of the rest of America. They said that man won't see the courtroom because he has too much information. Somehow, mysteriously, he died in jail. Of course, the watchers, the prison guards or whatever, were black, and they fell asleep. Of course. So my question is,
my God! Listen.
This is fact. This is a fact.
He in the same detention.
You believe that? You believe that?
No.
Believe that?
No. I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm simply saying is, whether he's dead or whether he's alive, he never made it to court because he had too much information. P. Diddy is.
How do you know that? How do you know that? You believe that? How do you know that?
Because that's what's been reported. Now, wait a minute. Hold on.
So you believe that? Go ahead. Belief
It's
and
all
knowledge,
fake
belief
news.
and know are
It's
two
fake
different things.
news.
They're two different things.
It's all fake news.
You believe.
Go
You
ahead,
believe, and
Sid.
I will,
It's
and I
all
will meet
fake
you there.
news.
I'll meet you
Hold
there.
on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a
Go
second.
ahead. Go ahead.
Let me listen to y'all.
Hey, yo, Don Troy boys.
At some point, you have to decipher what you believe from the news media, social media,
Yeah.
and what you read. And then you put your faith in God. Okay. At some point. So if you don't believe in anything, then I can't really talk to you. But I do believe that.
No, I believe. There's much I believe in, my friend. I believe that human beings are liars. Okay. I believe that what we see on our shit, on our FYPs, is meant for us to see. I believe that the media is out there to deceive you. I believe those things because
So
they
you
do
vote
it,
for
and
Trump
we have
then.
proof of that. And so what I do believe is that I'm not going to believe shit until I see it myself. Now I can meet you at you believe something happened, but I cannot meet you at you knowing something because you don't know that. You don't know any of this stuff. You
Spike,
believe it, and that's
Everybody vote
fine.
for Trump.
Go ahead.
Well, wait, let's play
that's
devil's
a-
Go
advocate.
ahead.
Give me a
Devil's
second, Rich.
advocate.
Give me a
Jeffrey
second.
Epstein.
Go ahead.
Jeffrey
Go
Epstein
ahead.
did not have.
Hold on.
if
Jig,
Jeffrey
take the floor, Jig.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Because
Take the floor, Jig.
that's a hard standard to live up to. If you don't see it, you can't believe in it.
Because we don't
That's
see a
a
lot.
very hard standard. And I'm saying that because
Go ahead.
I had to take a bit of a hard pause because I don't see the air that I breathe,
Ooh,
but I know it's filling my lungs.
yes.
Right?
Have you been in the cold? Have you been in the cold? You can see your breath. Have you been in the cold?
I've been in
Have
the
you
cold,
been in the cold?
but I
You can
also
see your breath. I can
also
see the air that I breathe. Go ahead.
No, he
But
can't see the air he's breathing. He can see the air he's exhaling.
feeling, and I also know that
Keep it real.
Okay.
yeah. So
That's fine. That's
I'm
fine.
just saying that's a hard measure to live up to, right? That's all. I'm not.
The comparison to air and what's happening at that level. I'm sorry, I can't meet you. I understand what you're saying. I understand the distinction you're trying to make. But what I'm saying is that these people at these levels that we do not navigate. We are not billionaires. We don't know anything. They live a completely different life. And for anyone to think that they don't is, I'm sorry, I can't meet you there. That's a hard pill to swallow, right? So if we can all have the meeting of the minds that they don't live the lives that we live, how can we speak on their lives like we speak on ours? Make
Because
that part make sense.
we're saying,
Make that part make sense.
them the people we put in office and them the people that represent us.
No. Let's talk about Epstein. If Epstein lives a life that we will never live, we have never lived, how can we speak on Epstein's life like he lives a life that we live? How? Make that part make sense.
No.
I don't live my life in the if.
Hold on a second. This is
That's
Make
what
that part
I'm
make
saying.
sense.
I don't live my life in the if.
This is what Mr.
This
Glass.
dude did.
Which hold on, wait a minute. This is what Mr. Glass
that-
said.
Go ahead, Rich.
Hold on a second.
Just make that part make sense. Make what I just said make sense.
No. Here's what you're trying to do. You're basically trying to say is if I can't put my hands on it, I can't believe it. So what you're basically saying is if I put
That's what they did to me earlier.
That's
That's what they did to me
I've
earlier.
never seen God. I have never seen God. God has never met me at the liquor store.
No.
Hey, bro.
No, you're doing that. You're doing that.
No.
I'm not doing that. You're doing that.
No,
You're
Spike,
talking about
asking
air and you're
that.
talking about God. I'm talking about a man who y'all are speaking about his life. You guys are talking
So,
about air and
Spike,
God.
you
I'm
asking a what if type shit. You asking a what if.
But everything that we're
No.
talking about, honestly, everything that we're talking about that we get from different sources is a what if because we aren't there to witness the actual events going on, and that's actually what Spike.
I'm a
So
man.
we're in agreement.
I live
So we're
my
in
life.
agreement.
I'm a
That's
man.
what I'm saying.
I
That's
live
what
my
I'm
life.
saying.
I love God and all these entities
Bringing
above
God
me,
into this
but
is the wrong way to go because that's not what I'm saying. You're
Right.
talking about Jeffrey Epstein. You're talking about Jeffrey Epstein. You're speaking on Jeffrey Epstein's life. You're speaking on Diddy's life, right? So we're not talking about air. We're not talking about God. We're talking about Puff Daddy, right? Sean Diddy Combs. Sean Diddy Combs lives a life that all the five of us, the six of us in this box we will never live. Okay, unless something happens.
so
We will never
we
live.
talking
We'll
about
never live
systematic.
unless something happens.
We talking about systematic.
will
We
never-
talking about a white man versus a black man.
Let me say this. Then
A white man versus a black man.
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you.
Think about the situation. They got the same cases. They got the same cases.
We are in agreement, guys. We're all in agreement.
No.
We're all in agreement.
No. We
Yes,
can't
we
be
are.
all in agreement if
we're not
we
all
say
in
are.
agreement. But let me finish
Go ahead.
this.
Go ahead, Rick.
Check this out. If what you're saying is true about we never lived Jeffrey Epstein's life and we've never lived P. Diddy's life, I tell you what, if I'm a registered voter in the county in New York when Puff Daddy gets tried in a federal indictment, when he gets tried and I'm selected for that jury, it doesn't matter what I've lived in his life. I will be judging him. I'm done.
Do you think it's just regular people that get selected for the jury for these types of cases?
We're not as
You're right. That's life
Do you
insurance.
think it's regular? Do you think it's regular people that get?
It's based on what I can do at that time.
Come on, y'all. We gotta pause. You think you gonna be selected for P. Diddy?
No. We talk about life, like
brother.
So
brother, I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna have to meet you there. You are not gonna be selected for P. Diddy. I promise you that. Okay. Let's talk about Jeffrey Epstein for 1 second. First of all, just real quick. Jeffrey Epstein. His case was we had to see the drawings of it because they didn't even take cameras into the courtroom. Y'all stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. We don't know anything.
How do you know that?
I'm saying.
How do you know what you just said?
Because
you asked us.
Show me the videotapes of Jeffrey Epstein's court case. Show me. Show me the court proceedings. Show me the court.
We tell you
it doesn't exist because they didn't allow cameras in there. Why do you think that is?
He's a big a top echelon. But like we saying,
because go ahead.
I can't even hear.
So like
we're in agreement. We're in agreement.
What you saying to us is you don't think Jeff you don't think he had a jury of his peers in the courtroom?
He didn't have a jury.
Richard wasn't a juror. I'm saying
Richard wasn't. He's black. That's what I'm saying.
Let me.
That's what I'm saying versus black and white.
Richard was a juror.
We did go over.
When Epstein went up for his case, he has a judge. He has a jury full of his peers.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
That's what they tell you. That's what they want you to believe. Yeah,
So,
I'll meet you there.
Listen, I'm gonna get off, but I'm gonna say
you can say what you want to say. I'm gonna tell you what you had. I'm gonna tell you it was a lot of gray-haired white people in his jury.
I find it very interesting that the one person when we pray to God had enough insurance policies for all his kids, a person who should have had multiple trusts. He said in the Virgin Islands or in some offshore account in some other country that's not under the jurisdiction of America. But I can guarantee you this. When it comes to him going to jail and losing all his money in a civil suit,
and he's going to benefit generational wealth.
Next week, I'm gonna join y'all next week.
He's going to benefit generational wealth from his downfall versus every other black male. You see what I'm saying? That's what we telling you.
Stephanie and Lynn gonna provide the insurance policy for Diddy. That's what's happening. They wrote the insurance policy.
No. Diddy insurance policy is great.
I got two things. Spike, I like glasses, and the boss dog. Do you know who Tabitha Brown is?
Tabitha Brown. No.
You look like her husband. You got to know who Tabitha Brown is.
You do.
Spike, get out there, Spike, man.
You do.
He looks like
Jay Glass. Thank you so much for having me. Are you doing final thoughts or something? Because I'll stay for that if you're doing that.
Yeah, we all doing final thoughts.
We're
gonna start it with Steph and Lynn.
Yeah, let me say this. This is my take on the P. Diddy thing real quick. I already see the angle that his lawyer is working, and I think he's going to end up it's going to go away. It's going to fade.
Yep.
Because the statement that his lawyer made, like to get him out of the big realm of heat, was how can it be rape or anything of that nature if it was consensual?
Because they were drugged.
But it was if it was consent.
Drugs wipe out consent. Drugs wipe out consent.
I don't disagree with that.
Wipe out consent.
You're not at that level. You're not at that level. At that level, the rules are different. The rules are different. The rules are different.
You gotta be a ball.
You saw the Trump trial. Spike.
But hold
you saw
on.
the Trump trial, didn't you?
I don't disagree with that.
Say it again.
You saw the Trump trial, didn't you? Regular Joes.
But now
Regular Joes.
But now the defense has the burden to pull people in and drug tests. The defense has the burden in to bring people in and try to administer drug tests that will go back from 2008, 2012 to now. None of that will stand up.
R. Kelly gonna be pissed.
But yeah, Jay, but all 12 people have to believe. 12 people have to believe that he drugged them.
Stephanie, I like you, Stephanie.
And so that's true.
Do you believe he drugged people?
I do.
What goes to say that they didn't have the orgies before they did the drugs?
Do you believe he drugged people?
No,
Yeah.
good.
About
Then
what
guess what? They're going to find 12 J glasses.
They're gonna find
that
15 of
believe
them. They're gonna find
he
100
drugged
of
people.
them.
We'll see.
Yep.
We'll see. I see the way his attorney is attacking it, and unfortunately, the American system is a pay to play. If you can pay
Period.
and
Period.
play your way out of it, that's
And
all
with
it's.
the American system, like
That's
Lynn saying, it's fucked up.
it
If
is.
this attorney was great, he would not still be in jail.
Johnny
Would
Cochran.
not.
Let's-
Do you know he's in jail, or do you believe he's in jail?
Oh, he's
Let's-
in jail.
No,
Let's-
he ain't
You,
there.
you've seen him.
He's
He in
in
the
seen him?
detention.
Suicide watch.
No,
So let's-
yeah.
You seen him?
Spike
That's
vote
on
for
my level
Trump.
of proof.
Spike vote for Trump. You know what I'm saying? He with the fake news. You know what I'm saying? He with the fake news.
let's take one thing in consideration when it comes to that. And since we're talking about Trump, right? Because
I'm voting for Kamala. Just so you know, I'm voting for Kamala. I'm voting for the woman. I'm
Yeah.
voting for her because she's a woman, and that's the only reason why I'm voting for her. So
if,
I
Kamala's
think
got my
you
vote.
heard fake news. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I can see with you with Spike. You know what I'm saying? It's fake news.
I'm
If
gonna say
Donald-
this, James. I think that especially as a woman, like anybody, but like the whole rape thing is just sickening. Of course, I don't care what it
Agreed.
is, who it is that you rape. But you remember the movie Pulp Fiction
yeah,
Yes.
when Ving Rhames got raped? I was appalled, but there were so many men that
Oh, he
cracked
did.
up at that. But I'm like, what the hell is funny? But with this whole thing with P. Diddy, I'm thinking that if enough bros will be sickened by this, knowing that somebody can like straight up compromise them
Take
and then
advantage
rape
of you.
them.
it's not going to move society. It's not, and that's not.
Money moves everything. Okay, if these girls, if PDD hits these girls up and says, "Hey, I'm asking this much cash," women are going to take the deal. They've taken the deal, and that's just the way love goes, man. And so, like, this isn't going to change anything. And so, you guys said something earlier. You said this is a teachable moment, right? We got sons. Here's the thing: you don't need Diddy. You don't need Diddy to teach that lesson. You don't.
No.
You guys look like great parents, so you don't need Diddy to teach a lesson of don't trust everybody, right? So this is just entertainment. These are kind of my, this is just entertainment. I think it's entertainment. I think it's good to, go ahead.
Because they are watching all of this online stuff, it would be easier to be influenced by somebody like that because you think that's your friend. You see him in your FYP and all of this stuff. I'm just saying, trust.
Not with a mom like you. Not with a mom like Stephanie. Okay, Stephanie
Yeah,
gonna
but-
make sure her kids are taken care of.
Granted, look, it's icing on the cake. You're right. It's our
I get
job
it. I
to
get
cake.
That's right.
But when somebody comes and says, "Look," and does this nonsense, you can be, "Look, don't be like him."
Yeah, I don't care who the hell it is.
But
Don't
if
be
that
like
money is right, people will take the deal regardless of what upbringing they
Would
have.
you take
That's
the
what
deal?
we're navigating.
Would you take
Hey,
it?
man, I might. I'm gonna tell you straight up. If the money was good, hey, listen. I'm trying to build generational wealth. Okay, I'm trying to build generational wealth.
we
That's
go
America.
we transition music. We go to final thoughts.
That's America, though, bro. We gonna take the easiest out. We the strongest nation, but at the end of the day, we gonna take the easiest out that we can get. That's
true.
America.
It is. All right,
We're
who
not
up
gonna make
first?
life hard on ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We gonna do what we need to do to solidify ourselves. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Definitely, y'all up first.
Let me tell you. So Dirt ain't gonna take the bait. I don't think neither one of y'all, P. Diddy or Donald Trump, came in y'all face. Would take the bait, be like, no, bro, I'm good. I mean, it's just about morals, I'm glad that we were able to have this conversation. I hate confrontations. I hate it when people. I don't hate it when people disagree, but I hate when people get spirited. But God has taken me to a point where I can get more comfortable with it, where I don't take it personal, because my feelings, you want everybody to hug and be in love and stuff. But I'm just glad that it was safe here. It was safe here. So I appreciate the platform. Look, I done started twisting my hair because it's late.
Yeah.
Look, I got to go to bed after this.
Yeah.
I just appreciate y'all. And Dirt, it's nothing personal.
I didn't take it personal.
Okay. And we look forward to talking to you and your gorgeous wife
Yeah.
So that y'all can feel like y'all don't have to feel like Mike, and y'all maybe you can help Mike.
Correct.
We're not here to save anybody. We're just here to help people that can use our help.
Gotcha.
Lynn?
I'm with it. Big dog.
Life insurance is the fastest way to build generational wealth. Period. Not the only way.
No.
But the fastest way. Period.
Period.
I heard.
All right.
Bring it to me, Jay.
Up next. We got you up next.
Listen, Mr. Glass, you always run a classy show. I appreciate y'all. Thank you guys for having me. I saw you was live, and I was like, let me jump on my boys live. I really, really appreciate being here. There are some intelligent people in this room, including you, Mr. Boss Man, up there. Very intelligent, always intelligent. Just keep, financial literacy is important. Financial literacy is important, and this is the greatest show. The government is purple. Period. Y'all have a good night.
You too.
Thank you.
Love you, Spike. Love you, bro.
Do I leave the studio or
I got you.
Stay on.
Yeah,
I'll wait for everybody.
Yeah,
right.
we love you, Spike. I love Lynn and Steph first and foremost because they are big informational. They give us that knowledge, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's where our conflict come into play in. I just be asking questions. It's not a contradiction on what y'all trying to do. It's just questions. Like I say, I see more people come to me like, cause I be trying to preach y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause we're part of it. We pay life insurance, we pay health insurance, we pay you name it. Insurance is everything. We pay everything. You name it, bro. We pay it. And we part of it. House insurance, life insurance, everything that got to do with our family, I'm a part of.
Oh yeah.
I'm putting my money into it. But when I come on to you, or when we come on to a podcast, and I get to spill my question, I got to ask y'all, like, what is generational wealth? Y'all never gave me no answer. Y'all bounced around and y'all told me all the beneficial answers for it, like what it can do or what it means. But like I said, when it comes down to it, like I could put $100,000 policy out, and y'all got me. What do I got to put $100 policy out? Y'all got me. Y'all got understandable. Y'all got me, but that doesn't preach generational wealth. You see what I'm saying? So there was a lot of questions that I had to ask tonight. So that's where I'm at in my final thoughts. So love y'all one time for the one time. Love y'all. Love all the people.
I dig it. Right on, Cuzzo. So my final thoughts is just remember in every conversation, every situation that you have, there can be no growth without struggle. I think it's paramount to continuously be inquisitive, to always take an approach, have an avenue or a piece of yourself that is skeptic about what's being presented, so that you maintain the curious route of posing the questions, regardless of how contentious the conversation can be. Because again, there can be no growth without struggle. These spaces are needed, and that's why we provide it. That's the main reason why we do it, and we make sure that we do it in an environment that stimulates family growth. Because at the end of the day, that's what we all are. And that's what we're trying to be, especially if we're pushing to be better people. We're pushing to have better communities, and we're pushing to develop a world that we want our kids to be safe in. That's why we dive into these types of conversations. And I absolutely appreciate everybody hopping on. We're going to continue this next week. I thought we were going to have a new topic, but it looks like we're going to have to keep up life insurance, and we're going to have to keep up the Epsteins and the P. Diddy's and all those hot topics. It's good stuff. But it also speaks. Yeah. Give me 1 second. It also speaks to a point of financial literacy that we have to dig into. We got to dig our heels into this. If we genuinely want to get to a point and a place of financial or wealth, we have to dig into being financially literate. That's how we get there. That's how we get there as a unit, as a group, and as a team. So, yes, those are my final thoughts. Because you had one more thing. Go ahead, you got it.
I was just saying that it's important to us to make sure, Dirt, we understand what you were saying. You're kind of being devil's advocate because, again, it's not personal, but we just want you to know that we want to know that you understand what we're saying is all it is. I mean, once it gets to a certain point, like if we didn't know you, we'd be like, okay, have a good night. But because we know you, we want to know that you understand where we're coming from, and your questions are important to us, that you get the answers that you need.
And just come to y'all, like my answers or my questions are, like I say, I'm a person that's paying into it and it's on board on everything that y'all saying. But I'm part of the community as well.
So are we.
Yeah, correct. But it's a business for y'all versus it's a bill for us.
No, it's a passion for us.
It's a passion.
It's a passion for us.
I understand y'all love y'all job, so that's what I try to tell my kids. I say
we finna drop off.
I try to tell my kids, get into something that y'all love.
I want a hat,
as opposed to something that y'all don't want to do. You know what I'm saying, in your everyday life. You know what I'm saying, and that's a passion that y'all have, but it's also a passion that a lot of people on the outside looking in got a lot of questions, a lot of problems, and like you said, I'm playing devil advocate. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm paying into it. I'm paying into everything y'all saying. I'm part of it, but it's a lot of people that's just like, it's a bill.
Yeah,
it's a bill,
that's true.
Yeah,
but Dirt. What I said basically was the sky is blue.
Yeah,
correct. And
that's all I said. I stated a fact.
I see that.
I stated a fact.
I see it. I can look up and I can see it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying when I said generational wealth, the fastest way to get there is life insurance. That's the sky is blue. That's a fact.
Yeah,
not an opinion. That's a fact. I didn't say the only way.
No. Understandable.
That is the fastest way.
But y'all only gave me a fact on people paying off their dues. You know, I'm a union worker.
Right.
I understand about paying off my dues. You see what I'm saying? So solidifying my family is beneficial. I understand that. I'm not arguing with that with y'all, but it's a bill when it comes to people that.
It's a bill with a benefit.
Yeah,
that's all.
It's the only look, because like when you pay.
So what's the benefit? What's the benefit?
The benefit is for the people that you leave behind.
Jig, you call them time out. I see it. I see, like you spoke on your situation.
You know what? Go ahead. This is our longest live. I'm good with it.
Yeah, you spoke on your situation, Jig. You spoke on for us like how it solidified in the same way in my household. I lost my father when I was 15. So I understand about paying dues. You see what I'm saying? And I'm a union worker.
Dirt.
I pay.
What would have happened if your dad had $1 million life insurance policy?
Listen to.
What would have happened?
If he was a beneficiary.
Like Mike said, he had to fight for that.
No, ain't no fight.
No.
Your dad leaves $1 million behind. Tell me what that does. Does that make your life better, the same, or worse?
It was like my wife said. It take her shit for 3 to 6 months.
So it will make her life better for 3 to 6. And she didn't say 3 to 6 months. No, don't lie on your wife.
She didn't say it. I said it. She said it would be beneficial. But that 3 to 6 months, I gave you a time frame because I know that's what y'all like to live
3 to 6 months.
Shit,
you going through $1 million in 3 to 6 months?
My kid is 8.
Did we get Mike back up?
Look,
Right. My youngest kids
no,
Lynn,
no.
Lynn and Steph, listen to me. My youngest kids are 8.
You
My
ain't,
baby boys,
look, you
I
ain't
got
spending $1
twin
million
boys.
in 36
They
months.
are 8 years old.
You ain't spending $1 million in 3 to 6 months.
Mike, you spending $1 million in
I'm
3 to 6 months?
not.
You're not spending $1 million in 36 months, but you still ain't guaranteed to get the
But
million.
that was the question.
That's the question.
That's the question.
It's not.
That's if you get the million. Dirk, cuz your dad could have died years ago. They would have found a reason.
Might answer y'all question. He say yes. That million would be beneficial for our family, but it wouldn't sustain. Let's do it. It wouldn't sustain us.
You added to my question.
To it, yeah. Hold up.
You just need to answer the question that was asked.
No, we not.
Would it be beneficial? Yes or no?
So we answer y'all question, but y'all not giving us our answer on yours.
Mike, y'all got to go to Ozella.
So
people rip them folks off at them funeral homes.
That $1 million, Mike in the industry, that $1 million, that first year, that $1 million ate up.
With what?
Not $1 million.
With what?
What?
With what?
Basketball practice, football, basketball.
Basketball ain't eating up $1 million.
The house payment. I ain't talking about the big financial. I ain't talking about the utility. I ain't talking about
now. You don't have a house payment.
You got $1 million.
We said you said a house, but we still got utilities. We still got
the house off. It ain't $1 million.
That's life. That's life.
Pay the house off, bro.
Okay, we pay my so that's what I'm telling y'all. We pay our house off. We pay our house off.
Right.
It's life after paying our house off, bro.
Yeah, but now it's life without a house note. Is that better or worse?
Worse, because we still have to function.
Life without a mortgage payment is worse.
Yeah, bro. You thinking of that first year? You thinking of that first year?
Period.
What more? Yeah. So it's the house. So it's the house payment. That's it.
So you got $1 million mortgage balance.
I have $1 million mortgage. Okay. The house payment is done.
Okay.
What is he talking about?
So now that's off your back. You still making my point, bro.
So no. I'm asking you. How long? No. How long does that $1 million last? You asked me for a number.
Look, a week. If you got $1 million house note.
You said 3 weeks.
No.
You got $1 million house note or not?
Hey, Dirk, cuz I know what they saying to you, though. I'm going to just tell you real quick. I heard your opinion, too. I heard your opinion, but
saying to me. But that
it's only going to be generational if you invested past you dying.
He ain't investing up. He's dead.
But cuz listen.
Boys.
Right.
But that's what they saying. Even if you got it, cuz like if they don't do what they should do with it, it's not gonna be generational. Okay.
Right. So no.
That's the only point he's trying to make. Cause anything past that, cuz like I'm still trying to tell you, you got insurance right now, but you get out there and die fucked up and that shit ain't covered in your policy. You finna get nothing. Your kids ain't finna get nothing. Y'all fucked up.
Sure.
And that's for real. And that money is all for nothing and going to nobody.
We fucked up. All that money I paid, I paid. That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to tell them.
So so thank God for us, cuz fuck my dad insurance policy. Guess what? We was able to go in his closet and pay cash for everything.
Yeah, I did that.
We did that.
Insurance. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, fuck that insurance. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. It can win. It can win for you. It can lose for you, cuz.
And no. What they trying to tell me is it was a bad insurance policy.
No, that's
on who part?
No, that's not what they said, cuz what they're saying. So let's take your example in consideration, right? If you have a house that has $1 million mortgage on it and you pay the house off, Well, then,
kind of $1 million mortgage?
no. Just listen. Hear me out. Well, then, yeah, the $1 million that was left, that's gone in a day. And you still have your bills that you got to pay. You still got lights. You still got gas. You still got a car note. You still got food. You still got basketball. You still got everything else, right? You do. The point that they're making is the abstract.
$1 million.
Huh?
$1 million.
Yeah, and I'm agreeing with you. I agree with you, and I think they agree with you also, because you're right on that point. If you have a house and that house was $1 million and you were only left $1 million and you decided to pay that million off, or where's the disconnect?
Because y'all always pulling stipulations in. That's what I'm saying. The
What's the
disconnect.
stipulation?
I didn't add a stipulation. I was using
You
your
said
example.
you said
in
you
my
had $1 million house note. You
I was
did.
I don't have. I told you.
No,
I
you
don't
don't.
have. I don't
No, I
have
was-
a million.
But you
Okay.
said it.
I was
I
using
don't
your
have-
example.
No, I never said I have $1 million house.
did. You
No, I
did.
did not.
You did.
I know who said it. Bush Beer said it.
Okay.
I don't have.
The boss dog said it. That's
So
who
let's
said it.
let's
No,
let's,
I
let's
did not. I would
let's-
never say.
it don't even
I
matter.
don't make $1 million enough to take care of my. You know what I'm saying? I don't make it. So how will I say I have $1 million household?
Jay gonna send you the tape.
Yeah, we'll watch the podcast later. But
Mike, do you know who Tabitha
I
Brown?
want to see that shit because I can tell you, like Mike said, Mike can tell you. I never said I had a million. All right, whatever y'all said. Send me the tape.
I'll use this example, right? Let's say my house was $300,000, right?
That's what y'all. No. We stop it right there. That's what y'all do.
No,
When
because
we get
your example,
no. When we get talking about
I did.
situation and no. When we get talking about situation and we get talking about my situation, y'all can bring up like you said, a 300,000.
So let's use your situation. How much is your house?
300,000.
Okay, so like I was saying, let's say your house is $300,000, right? Let's say I passed away, but I left you $300,000. To your point, you'd be correct that $300,000 that I would have left you, right after I passed, and you got the payout, and you paid off your house. Well, then
No, I didn't ask that. I said if I pass today, if my house $300,000, my house $300,000. If I pass today and I paid enough for me to get buried, how would I continue generational wealth?
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna leave the $1 million policy out.
Yeah, so scratch the $1 million.
No. We asked you. We say how many $1 million? No, listen, Lynn. We asked you like how many $1 million policies y'all gave out?
Countless.
So let's scratch.
I've been doing this for 31 years, Dirk.
We'll scratch the $300,000 house. We'll scratch the $300,000 policy. All right. Let's say I passed and I only left you $10,000, right, to pay for my burial.
Okay.
Right? Yes, you would still after I got buried, you would still have your mortgage. You would still have all the other bills. But what you won't have is the debt that would be incurred from paying for my funeral.
That's my argument. That's a joke. So in my household, I'm solidifying myself right now to where me and my wife died, both of us take care of. But we got income set up outside of that fucking burial that my kids can get.
Sure.
So I'm saying that's generating generational wealth versus me paying me not having no income and I'm paying $100 a month. And y'all base that he say, give me an income, give me a number. I said $100. I'm thinking of the most well-off person, you know what I'm saying? Minimum wage, everything. $100 to get a policy. My $100 policy is not going to generate the same shit that is going to generate when I have a $100,000 policy.
Sure. And they agreed to that.
That's what I'm saying. And y'all keep coming to me like, no, you're gonna generate some money off that $100 policy versus that $100. And that's what I'm telling y'all. And y'all come to me like I'm worried.
That's not what was said though.
And
That's not what was said.
That's not true. So
Yeah.
we should leave it here because we're not gonna make no more progress.
Yeah, because
Forward progress has been halted.
Yeah, that math wouldn't math.
No, because I'm not lit. I mean, y'all didn't listen to me, and I'm not listening to y'all apparently.
Right.
So
no more forward progress. I agree.
I don't understand where y'all coming from. Y'all never gave. So when I say $100 policy versus $100,000 policy, what's the difference? And y'all say
I gave you
that
an example
$100
of
policy,
$68 a month for $1 million policy. I did give you that.
and I said, and I told you, just like Mike said, that $60 policy doesn't generate generational
generate
wealth.
$1 million if you die.
Y'all told me it was a burden that the family didn't have to have.
Yeah,
That's all y'all came. That's all y'all came to me on. Y'all did not
pay $68 a month and you die. Your family's getting $1 million. That's what I told you.
Yeah,
I told you that $1 million. Okay, yeah. So we not on the same level because I told you that $1 million. That $1 million doesn't resonate with 6 kids, 7 kids.
It does.
Okay.
It does. And you know what's so funny? Nobody on this podcast tonight ever had $1 million drop into their bank account. I know I haven't.
Correct.
I've had $1 million house, and that mortgage was $7,000 a month.
Right.
God damn.
If I died while I was paying that mortgage, I was leaving millions to the ex-wife to pay off the house.
I'm with you, bro. And that's why I'm resonating with you.
You're not resonating with
I've been in that same boat.
Okay, bro. The insurance y'all do sell though, is it do it for people without underlying conditions?
No, it's based on your condition.
Healthy
All
people.
insurance is based on.
No. Cause let me see what he got to say about that for real. Let me
I'm still
hear
trying
what
to determine your question.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening.
You put a negative in there that I don't think you need to put in there. Ask your question again without the negative.
What no negative? Because that's the question. See, do you got underlying conditions?
That's the negative part.
Okay, I'm asking you. I'm asking you. So
medical conditions? Is that your question?
You say what now?
Do we cover people with medical conditions? Is that
underlying conditions?
Okay. He's saying it right. Okay, do y'all cover people with medical conditions?
Yes, we do.
Up to what point though?
HIV. You got one worse than that?
I ain't got one worse than that.
There you go. HIV. Next question.
I ain't got one next to that.
That's insurance.
You're not ready to step up and prep up?
That's insurance.
What?
That's insurance. You asking me, you come to me like I'm coming to you like different.
No, I was just answering Mike's question. See, Mike asked me a question and I answered his question.
So it's stipulations in insurance.
What stipulation? If the person got HIV and they tell me they got HIV, I got a policy for them.
Bruh,
So that person with HIV, is that a term policy?
No, whole life. You can't get term with HIV.
Really?
Here's the fun fact about term insurance. They're only going to sell it to you if they believe you're going to outlive it. If there's a chance you could die during the term, they're not going to give you the policy. That's business. 98 out of 100 people outlive the term policy.
For sure.
Term policies are printing money for insurance companies. That's the business.
That's the business.
That's the business. I didn't make it up.
So
I'm
MC,
an expert at it.
You might need to have a different conversation with them too offline. You know, just give a call because the way you describing your pops policy, I think
I just brought that up because it shit can happen. Okay, just like my man I'm sitting on here right now. You know, I was sitting there with my dad when he got his.
Yeah.
Mike,
And they was, they was. I ain't saying y'all fake, brother. I'm not saying
no.
nothing like that.
I'm gonna give you a story about my dad when you're done. So
I'm gonna just say, I only brought that up because when he got his, the lady was sitting there saying the same thing you saying right now.
Same
You know what
shit.
I'm saying? I'm not.
Business.
I ain't talking. I ain't blowing no smoke up your ass. I'm serious.
Listen, I'm not saying. Listen, I'm
Like
not saying that I
the
don't
lady
believe
sitting
you.
there, saying the same thing.
It
The
was all
lady,
business.
she a 30-year veteran of the life insurance business.
Mm.
So
Okay,
what I'm
what?
saying, Mike, is
Oh,
you've
this
not had
hustlers
a
in every game,
discussion.
Cuzzo.
You've not had a discussion with someone like me.
When
Now let me
people
tell you
reach
what
out
happened
to
to my
people,
dad,
you know what I'm saying?
Mike. My dad had a $50,000 life insurance policy with work. He worked at Mars Electronics, M&M's, that family. But he was on the electronic side. When he retired, he had a $50,000 life insurance policy. The company, Mars, changed insurance company vendor. And his policy got reduced from 50,000 to 5,000. Now that
Business.
happened to me, but it was not a scam. This is what happens with businesses. They change health insurance companies, 401k companies, disability companies, and
Oh
life
yeah.
insurance companies all the time.
That's why it's important to have a separate.
What happened was he moved from Philly to Houston with us. Mars sent that information to his Philly address, and it bounced back. After they get that bounce back, they're under no obligation to hunt my father down.
Yep.
Now, my father did not get scammed. I didn't get scammed. They changed vendors.
And it wasn't.
And it was
Based
not
off business, huh?
Huh?
Based
That's
off business.
That's the business.
But not from our side.
Insurance, right?
That's that's what corporations.
I know.
Mars Electronics did that.
Wait a minute, bro.
No, Mars Electronics did that.
It's the same business, though.
It's not. Mars
There's-
Electronics is not an insurance company.
Yeah, there's a difference between getting life insurance through your job
That's why we have you get it separate.
versus you get
So that
personally.
won't happen.
When
Yeah,
I get life insurance, it's all a business purpose.
No, it's not.
I don't know.
Why not? What's the
Life
difference?
insurance through work. Who's the policy owner when it's through work?
No, I'm saying when I get it, when I buy it as a homeowner, what is the difference?
There's
The difference is
No,
your house may burn down, but 100% I can bet you're going to die.
I'm paying into that shit though.
But you're going to die. That's
but
the only insurance.
See,
with
you keep trying to
100%.
draw the time out. I'm trying to get him to explain the
Gonna
difference between the two, and
One's
that's
on
what
a
I was
house,
doing earlier.
one's on a human being. That's
They
the
never
difference.
explain the difference. They never explain the difference, and y'all saying I'm not getting it.
You're
because
not.
you're lumping
A
all
house is not a human being.
you're lumping all insurance into the same thing, and it's not the same thing.
Life insurance is different.
Home insurance is different than car insurance, is different than life insurance, is different than health insurance.
I'm paying into something that what if?
No, it's not a what if.
Not if
No.
Death
If
is
I
not a
die,
what if.
wait a minute.
What
If I die, what if I die?
You're going to die.
I'm motherfucking 30 years old and I'm paying that shit since I'm 65. What if I die?
Actually, life insurance
It's
is
the
the only
difference.
thing that will pay out. Your car
But
insurance
we're talking about dying.
We all
You're dying. That's 100%. That's a 100% claim.
Okay. And that's the difference. Not understanding the difference between life, health, home, car, and any other type of insurance, because they're not all the same.
No. Life insurance is the golden goose.
Yeah.
And your car and your house and even your health insurance. Those are the eggs laid by the goose.
Yeah, he froze up.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna tell Mike that's what that example that Lynn gave about his dad. That is
He's still listening. Mike's still listening.
a great example of why you should have life insurance outside of work because it's a separate policy. It's a separate policy, and you own it.
And most people don't die at work.
And most people don't die at work.
Well, I mean, most people don't die in their working years.
Yeah.
Most people die after they stop working.
I'm glad he said that, because we did talk about that a while ago, the last time y'all were on, and knowing the differences between the types of insurance, right? And that's another part of understanding financial literacy. It's knowing what type of insurance you're paying into, what it's going to do, what it's for. Like your home insurance is in case something, a major appliance or a flood or something happens, so that you can replace it without
a tornado,
or
a
hurricane. Because we've had
we had both.
We had a tornado. We don't have tornadoes. We had a tornado in May, and then we had
a hurricane in July.
And now we got a brand new roof. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah. And so that's the difference. And so next week, we'll spend more time chopping that up again. That's not a problem. I think it's worth it.
Listen, I enjoyed this evening because everything that was going around just, solidifies for us. This is why we're needed.
Yeah.
Like you said, and like Spike said, financial literacy, inform and educate. That's what we do.
Yeah.
And then we ask for the order. But we're not forcing anybody into anything, especially when they tell us, I can't afford it.
No.
Because we always ask the question, are you going to be able to handle this comfortably month in and month out? That's the yes or no question.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's so when I shopped with y'all, that was one of the reasons why I reduced one
right
and went to the other.
Right.
I had the same benefits.
And now you got double. Now you got a $500,000.
Yep. And I can afford them both. So it's a good.
The difference is between the people that want to do it and the people that don't want. The people that want to believe and those that don't want to believe. I mean, because it's your cousin. There's no difference than anybody else on the street. There's so many people that this is working for, and there are so many people that won't let it work because they don't understand it. They don't understand it. So, or some don't understand, some refuse.
Sure. And so it takes a point of education to continue to.
Again, we're not chastising anybody on life insurance GoFundMe. Thank God for them, because something that's really been coming to me lately is a lot of people still do the crowdfunding, even though they have life insurance, because so many people want to chip in to see what can I do to help. Oh, well, you could just send it here. So they're doing both. Just I hate to say greed, because I guess it's not greed, but it sounds like damn.
No, it's greed. If you're asking for money and you already have money,
that's
greed. That's the definition.
But they do that too, because it's just like, wow. Because people that do have policies, you have a whole sect of people that are like, well, don't y'all have insurance? They sick of this.
Yeah.
Hey Jay, one time we were selling life insurance to an NFL player. And you remember the offensive lineman that played for the Vikings that died at practice? Denny Green was the coach.
I'd have to look it up. I can't remember the name off the top of my head.
But the name is not what's important. What's important is the player. So what I was telling to the player was, why do you think the player's wife sued the NFL, the Minnesota Vikings, and Dennis Green? Why did she sue? Her husband had a $30 million contract. I said, why did she sue the NFL, the Vikings, and her husband? I mean, and the coach.
Because they got his money.
No, because she didn't have the $30 million. Like if this player had got $30 million of life insurance, he had a $30 million contract, and he died on the practice field, she wouldn't have sued nobody.
Yeah.
But and the player was like, well, damn, let me get this coverage. And his parents were right there. And this was his mom and dad and his stepmom. I had three of them in the room.
Wow.
And he was like, okay, because he knew. And guess who drafted him? The Vikings.
The Vikings.
The Vikings. The very team that I used as an example in our meeting drafted him a couple months later.
Wow. Wow. MC, what you got, Cuzzo?
You came back for something, Mike. What you come back for?
Yeah.
Mike, I wanted to tell you the example that he gave about his dad's insurance, like going from the 50,000 to 5. That's a great reason why people should have a policy outside of work, because it's your own. The company owned that policy, so they could do with it whatever they want to do with it. It's not right. I don't think it's fair.
I understood. I understood what he was saying. I mean, that's just like, you know, a bank able to sell your mortgage to another. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly. I only really got back on her to tell y'all, y'all need to advocate more, as far as y'all life insurance go, because what I see now, and I see it a whole lot now.
Yeah,
you know,
you work in that industry.
People not buying life insurance no more. They going more towards buying a pre-needed policy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That they just pay into themselves, that build up, and they end up paying for their own funeral like that. Now, I see a lot of people doing it just because of what I was trying to say earlier. You know, that's why I asked, you know, hubby, like, hey, y'all deal with medical problems, you know, this and that, because, you know, I done still seen, you know, policies outside of work that don't pay these people. You know, even you know, and I know y'all been in the game. I ain't taking nothing away from y'all. Yeah. But you know, you still got these people who ended up with nothing. That then, you know, they done paid into this half their life. But since they died because they had diabetes and they didn't have diabetes at the time, you know, they screwed.
Yeah.
Let me hip you to something, Mike.
Recap what you said, Mike.
Hold on. Let me, before the recap.
Okay.
There is a clause in every life insurance policy called the contestability clause. That means there's a 2-year window.
Yes.
Where if death occurs, there's going to be a full investigation. After that 2-year window expires, all you have to furnish to get the money paid out is a death certificate. It don't matter how they died. It could even be suicide after the 2-year window. Most people don't know that life insurance companies pay on suicides. I blame that on television. That's the way they write it. That's the way the writers write it for television. I need to go to Hollywood and be an life insurance consultant for these shows, because they don't know anything. They're just making stuff up.
It used to be like that.
It's always been like that. Okay. The assumption has always been, or the clause. Mm-hmm. See, because a life insurance policy, Mike, is a contract. Yeah. It is a legal binding contract that says if Mike dies, we can only pay the person that Mike put down there on that paper. So if Mike gets divorced, he better get his ex-wife off that paper and put somebody else on that paper, because if he dies with his ex-wife on that paper, we're paying his ex-wife.
Well, you know, I'm already on top of that shit. My daughter hit me.
Woo! Now look, now we're talking the same language. Now, what's your recap about what I missed?
No, I was
recover.
I was just trying to tell your wife, man. Y'all need to advocate more. You know, I'm down here in Little Rock, okay, and I was just trying to tell her.
Well, you down the street. We in Houston.
Oh, yeah, we're right next door. But I was just trying to tell her, you know, I'm in this funeral industry. So I see a lot of more people getting away from life insurance policies, switching themselves over to just to pre-need. Exactly. Yeah. So that's all I was trying to tell her. You know, y'all advocate more, you know, more people will be more subject to that, because I mean, I come across old people, and then I come across younger people too. And, you know, maybe it's their policy outside of work, you know, policies at work. all these policies don't go through, and that's all I was trying to say earlier.
No, you're absolutely listen. You're absolutely right.
You know, that's all I was
Absolutely
really
right.
trying to say
But
earlier.
those are the exceptions.
Yeah, those are the exceptions.
Those are the exceptions.
Yeah, you know, it's you know from
I'm sure. I'm sure if I was in the
just
future,
from just my
I would see a lot
standpoint.
of-
Yeah, just from my standpoint of it, it's damn near like rolling dice.
Well, let me just tip you to this, Mike. I think this may be going on, but a lot of people buy these accidental death policies.
Yeah.
They're very
yeah.
cheap. Let me say, they're very inexpensive, but then they have a heart attack. And the family member finds this policy and thinks it's a life insurance policy.
There was no accident.
There was no accident. So guess what?
Mm-hmm.
You're screwed. You're screwed.
The banks and the credit unions sell this like they sell.
And they be like, "Oh, I'm covered."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got insurance.
When we ask people that, I got it through Navy Federal.
Yep, and that's why.
And you like, that's not life insurance.
That's why the question always says life insurance, because accidental death is not life insurance. You know what it is? It's a health insurance policy.
It's health insurance.
It's health insurance.
Yeah, I'll get y'all number from Cuz, but I got a list of questions as far as your insurance and what it's gonna cover, because I just been set up and heard people.
Give me 100 questions.
You know, damn, I'm supposed to be covered, but motherfucker die. It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying?
Most people don't know what they have. So especially, I don't know if you were on the phone when I said we say that we have 34 years of experience. Lynn is 31 and I'm actually 3, because I just kind of got on with him when my mom went to heaven. But it was hard to ask people, okay, do you have life insurance? Everybody tells me, yeah, I'm covered, but they don't. Then I would always be afraid to ask them, do you know what you have? Because they think that you're trying to badger them. And it's like, no. And 9 times out of 10, Mike, they don't know what they have. Or they'll say something, but they don't know what it covers.
Yeah, a lot of them. I don't ran across a few people like that. So, at the end of the day, send me some of your cards. I'll put them in our funeral home for you. But
one of us got to get licensed in Arkansas.
It don't take either. They did it for Kentucky real quick.
Yeah. So, but man, I'm still holler at you though, because I got a lot more questions. I see a lot of people, man, end up with the short end of the stick, man, and like, you done just paid your money all your life, man, and like end up like, who do I go after with this? This machete now.
Yeah. Because you already dealing with a death and all of these bills and stuff, and you hope that little piece of money gonna help.
So I heard what y'all was, I heard what you was trying to tell Dirt. So you're gonna have to explain that to Dirt a different way though.
No, I'm done.
Dirt gotta be.
I'm done.
Dirt gotta leave.
I can't let our whole deal be eaten up by Dirt. I've done all I can do. And here's what I know. He knows.
Yeah.
He knows.
He does. Yeah.
I know people.
Yeah.
That's why, like, when you get into this Diddy thing, I'm 56, but what I've come to know, what wisdom has taught me, is all you have to do to know a person is look at their behavior. That's it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know
be in the prison cell, and I don't need to be doing all that stuff. I just need to look at how you behave.
You ain't gotta be in no Diddy party.
Your behavior, because you see all these people popping up. Oh, I left, and you know what? When I was a leader, I was always taught by my good white men to show up, shake everybody's hand, and leave. So when the stuff jumps off, Lynn left. Oh, that happened after Lynn left.
Yeah.
And then I got to come in and get all the stories. And that's how they do it in the military, right, Jay?
It is.
Because look, when I was in Tijuana, they told us not to go to the donkey show.
Holy cow.
And I was always like, well, how they know if I'm going to be at the donkey show? Because they in the donkey show.
They
in that room. They in that room waiting for me to walk through there.
Yep.
With my high and tight. And bang.
Yo.
No, I never went to the donkey show. Jay, you went to the show?
No,
no.
No.
Well, I never went to the show, but they said don't go.
Oh.
And I never went. Because I followed orders.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah,
it wasn't until one after 8 p.m. I didn't follow that order.
Yeah.
But when you after 8 o'clock, you just got to come back after 8 in the next morning, and you good.
Yeah.
Once you after 8, you got to stay out all night in the street.
Locked out.
Yep.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for your boy. That's unfortunate for your boy Diddy, but I think his money.
He's gonna get what he deserves.
I think his money gonna get him out of it. And
Look,
I mean,
I was trying to find it. I'm gonna find it for you.
You can't hold them no more accountable than I hate we do it to our own people all the time.
Mike,
why is it so okay for these other people to get away with this same shit, and we ain't driving them like we do our people when they come to the limelight?
Mike,
what they got?
His bail package, $50 million bail package he put together. 48 million of it was his house.
I seen all that. His mama house. He trying to sell his jet.
He had to use his mom's house.
That's right there.
Well, he got to use his mom's house. Guess what? He ain't got
Donald Trump money. He
got that Donald Trump billionaire money.
He got that money
in cash in the bank.
I mean, don't be surprised when this shit just disappeared though.
Huh?
Don't be surprised when it all just go away, man.
Look, if that was my problem and I had $50 million cash, I would have got the hell out of jail.
Oh, the judge ain't going for it.
No.
Well, yeah. That aside, the judge said no. Yeah. But when I was looking at the bail thing, I'm like, he got to use 2 houses, and his family got to give up their passports.
Their passports, absolutely.
They trying to. He finna be your boy cellmate. I mean,
look.
You talking about Aura? R. Kelly,
he going to jail.
They finna be cellmates. But for real.
Look, Mike, investigate what they did, because we black and Harvey is white, and we don't care after he went to jail. But investigate what they did to him, and then understand this was a rich, powerful, Jewish Hollywood mogul, and he is in jail, and they just gave him more charges last week. So that money thing, it don't save everybody.
Get the right person.
It don't save everybody.
Yeah,
you gotta have the right look. You gotta have the right. You gotta have the right 8x10
Polaroids. No, he facing multiple life sentences from the federal government, death penalty. Who is somebody else with us?
Yeah, but
you got on.
He can snitch, but he's still going to jail.
On other feeds. People that hop up on other feeds. But we got to go. This is the longest podcast.
This was 3 hours and 7 minutes.
It was good to meet y'all, okay? I'll see y'all next week.
All
right. God bless you. Nice to meet you.
Hey, as we always say, y'all could have been anywhere else in the world, but y'all decided to stick around and hang out with us, and we appreciate it. God bless y'all for it. Love y'all, and good night.
Good night.